Gary called me last night. Gary had to take some days off for personal reasons. Family stuff. And then he was all bummed out about what Sal said about him on the wrap-up show.
Did he hear that?
He heard about it. So I got to calm him down. I said, Gary, Sal's, busting your balls.
Even Sal had to wrap it up by saying, Gary's great. And, he was just busting balls.
Yeah, here was Sal on the wrap-up show talking about Gary not being here and how smoothly things are running.
The one funny thing that I notice Gary does, especially to these guys, although I'm sure Howard appreciates it, he'll stop whatever they're saying and explain it for him. So Sal will be like, hey, Howard, let me tell you what happened last night. And I go, hold on. Sal, let me tell the story. And then he'll just take over the story.
Right. And he ruins it every time. I got it, Sal. Let me tell him. Let me tell him.
I got it.
I got you.
And you guys got to speak for yourselves today and felt things went a little bit better than usual?
It was just like a piece of furniture was removed out of the room, and you could get to the door quickly and get out better. There was air. You can breathe.
So a lot of the guys feeling that Gary is very controlling when he's in here.
It was a great wrap-up show yesterday because it really was a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff that you wouldn't ordinarily know was going on. The guys were revealing. And there was a whole conversation about how Gary gives them a look to keep them quiet, and then he gives them permission to speak to you.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Things are running pretty smooth, though, I got to say.
Yeah.
I know it bummed Gary out to hear that.
I spoke with him yesterday.
He gave you the rap, too, right?
And he's like, Sal went through all this marriage issues, and, I kept under the wraps. And for him to go in there and say that, it's like...
That's what he said to me, too. He was like, Wolf, it's not like I'm off having fun. And when Sal was having all his marital problems...
He was his confidant.
Right.
I never went on the air and said anything, and now it just really hurts to hear Sal saying things are running smoothly without me.
But there's no question that Sal is a backstabbing phony.
Absolutely.
But in this particular case, it's a funny bit that he's doing. And I feel bad that that Gary feels that serious about it. I thought he'd let it roll off his back,
Yeah, I thought he'd realize it's Sal.
Here, listen to Sal from the wrap-up show.
Today was a day where we felt things were a lot more fluid. And by the show, you could tell that certainly was the case.
But also, you have to remember, though, everyone was on their best behavior today. Like, if Gary's gone 2 weeks, I have a feeling that, it would turn into mass chaos in the studio during the commercial break. Gary...
Jason, your job's secure.
Gary's the point man.
Your job's secure.
I stick up for him. He's not here.
Everything was great today, Jason, right?
Yeah, everything was great.
And what was the difference between today and other days? Who was missing?
Gary.
There you go.
So are you saying that the show doesn't need Gary?
The show definitely needs Gary.
Yeah, but this
it's just fun to break his balls. Gary is a f***ing awesome producer. He's held the fort down for 20 years. He's taken on so much bullshit.
Here comes the last 2 minutes. The last 2 minutes of Don Rickles' concert.
No, you cannot deny Gary's not a great producer, but at the same time, it's fun to break his balls, and Gary can be... he's a boisterous guy sometimes, and he's definitely commandeering and dominating. That's his position. So today, like Howard said, things did run a lot smoother today without him.
Did you notice a difference in Howard today, Sal? Seriously?
Yeah, definitely. Much more vibrant, much more on a roll. Definitely he was in a better mood. And things happened today, too. I mean, I know Fred Norris was speaking more. Like I said, we had good news, 7.1 million listeners. And we didn't have...
What does Gary have to do with that?
Yeah, even the listenership went up because Gary wasn't here.
We had good news because Gary was gone. So I guess he got back to Gary and he got all freaked out. That's from the mail, by the way. So one of our listeners.
Good job.
You know, Sal has a new theory today, though. He was a little upset that Gary's not here because he thinks that's the reason you didn't sleep well last night.
Oh, is that it?
Oh, so now Gary's responsible for
Howard's like, Howard's a little tired today, so I think it's because Gary's out.
Sounds insane.
He's going to drive Gary crazy if Gary doesn't hurry up and get back.
Yeah, Fred went off on Stuttering John on the wrap-up show.
Really?
Yeah, there was a couple. Yeah, there was a couple of highlights.
Stuttering John accused me of putting in all the Fred hates me and his own paranoid schizophrenic way.
Right, yeah, they were talking about hate mail. John used to accuse Fred of stacking the deck against.
Right, when all the hate mail would come in saying that John sucks or John's an idiot or blah, blah, blah.
Right. And Fred went on to explain that that was horseshit. And then John started sending in his own letters about, he'd have people sending...
plant letters that were nice.
Yeah. Fred also revealed that he thinks Ralph does call in too much.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, but that's not a secret. I think he does. And, you know, but I think he's good for the show. But maybe a little less Ralph.
Yeah. And then Sal thinks Ralph doesn't deserve Howard.
Okay. Well, we know that.
Do you think there's any jealousy there because he's tight with Howard, because he gets on the show a lot? Did you ever feel jealous?
Beth Ostrowski is somebody who should be with Howard. She's a model. She's entertaining. She's talented. Wow. That makes sense with Howard Stern. You know.
Do you believe this guy?
What is wrong with him?
I mean, he really
insane.
is.
He's nuts.
Yeah, I don't know.
What do you call that? Psychosis or?
I couldn't figure out this line of questioning either. It's like, because it just made no sense. He's so, again, you don't know where he's going to go in any crazy direction. He's just a guy you can't trust on any level. You know, it's scary.
Talent gravitates to talent. That's how me and Richard got the job. So a guy like Ralph, you kind of feel like, who is this, like, 𝗦𝗵cie guy who doesn't finish tasks?
Would he not then, if using your example, wouldn't that mean that Ralph has talent?
Right. It was a big discussion. Anyway, the wrap-up show is 11 o'clock every day with
Fred
John
bringing up Lodge.
And Sal,
get that.
Yes. Are things running smoother without Gary out there, really?
Absolutely wonderful.
Seriously?
Really good.
Yeah.
But the thing, Artie, you know I love you and stuff. Why are you pressing the backstabbing, no trust issue? I mean, I've been loyal to you, Howard, for 20 years, and everything I've ever...
20 years? What are you talking about?
At least that. I mean, I've been listening to Howard since I was 17 years old. I'm 37.
Just saying, you know what I'm talking about.
But
your
I've
opinions change on a dime.
But so do yours.
That's not like yours, Sal. Sal, at one point you're ruthlessly ragging on someone from a place that you know comes from not just goofing.
Give me an example.
And a second later you're kissing ass.
Give me an example. I got a million on you.
Like the Beth thing now. You're overcompensating now because you're afraid about what you said in the past.
Do you believe that, Howard?
Yes.
Really? Absolutely. Of course you are.
Up,
You're kissing her ass extra now.
No, I use her
as something you said in the
bullshit. I don't apologize for what I did in the past. I don't apologize. No, I don't.
What?
When I made my joke. No,
You're doing it right now.
No, that's something different. The point that I'm trying to make.
Thank you, Sal. Things are running.
I mean, I love Artie.
I've seen you kiss Gary's ass relentlessly.
But you do the same thing.
Yeah, but I didn't start this bit where Gary's not needed. I'm not doing that.
That's not my point. My point is that now you're painting a new picture of I can't be trusted. No. And, like, it offends me personally.
Sal, because, listen, here's the thing, Sal.
Like, he calls me, I'm not a backstabber. I've never stabbed anybody in the back.
In a lot of ways, saying Gary was deeply offended. All right, listen, thank you very much.
The point that I'm trying to make is that with you, Howard...
And we're back. All right. Hi, Lou. You're on the air. Welcome, Buffalo, New York.
Somebody's going to have a bad day now. He walked out of here dejected.
Yes.
How you doing, boss?
I know.
Hey, wrap-up show yesterday was awesome.
Yeah, it was. It was a great show.
That's what I've heard in ages. A lot of behind-the-scenes stuff.
Yes.
Artie told a lot of stuff about Benji writing lines for him and stuff, which is I had no idea he used to do, or that he had done. Just great, man. Really cranked.
All right. There you go, Lou. We're trying.
Can I ask Artie real quick on Rescue Me? Are we going to get any more of those sweet tit shots? Or what?
No, not for me. That's the only shirtless
You know,
thing.
I've still not seen your Rescue Me where you are topless, and I have it. I have the DVD, and I'm going to watch it, but I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, I'm waiting for you to watch it so I can get it.
You'll think it's funny, even just because of my shirtlessness. I mean,
your titties aren't that big. I've seen you without your shirt many times. Everyone's commenting that you have big, massive titties.
Lately... look, I've never been 300 pounds before.
Do they fall under your arms when you lie down?
You know, here's the thing, because...
Let me see those titties.
What it's...
Sweet.
Sweet. That's disturbing.
Watch the show.
Are they really big?
I mean, I don't know, but I'm just saying that what happened, too, was I have a sheet over... Like, in other words, he catches me banging this girl, and I get up and I put a sheet around me, so... I'm holding it, which means I'm sort of bunched up a little bit.
So maybe that's making you look a little more chesty than you are.
Like the Wonder Bra.
It's almost like a push-up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I bet you could find... I bet you can find a picture of that scene on the internet, I bet, or YouTube or something.
So, do you think, because you've always had a pretty good physique in terms of, because you played sports, so do you think your chest muscles now are starting to sag?
See, when I hopefully lose this weight, I'm worried that, you know, being older now.
Skin will sag.
Yeah. Because
so now you're afraid to lose weight because your skin...
No. I have to try to, at some point...
I know what you mean.
But when you get older, you know, it's not as tight anymore. And whenever I lost weight, I was always going to go right back to a body that, you know, I had when I played baseball.
Can I tell you something? Because at one point, I wasn't 300, but I weighed 250, and I was heavy. Robin could attest to that. And then even now that I'm thin and I work out and stuff... Yeah. I notice, like, my belly skin is always saggy a little bit. Different. Like, it's never really taut because of that extra weight. So.
I mean, when I say, like, 300 pounds for me is like, you know, undiscovered country. I've never been in this area before.
You've never distorted your body like this before.
No.
But I think he's now maintaining the weight as a career thing.
Well, you know what I was kind of hoping?
Yes, he is.
Really?
Well, no, that's not true.
Yeah, it is
No,
true.
it really isn't.
I think that you've got this niche carved out of the fat guy, and you're afraid to lose weight.
He was the fat guy when he was thin.
No, I was 60 pounds later on Mad TV, and I was 100 pounds later in Beer League, and I was 100 pounds. I was 60 pounds later when I did every movie.
Do you have any plan to lose the weight? I mean, are you like...
When are you planning?
Of course I have
What's going on in your head? Like, what are you thinking?
I got to just eat less and exercise.
Cupcake Wednesday. What have you done?
I didn't have a cupcake today.
Really?
No, I had
so you on a diet officially?
No.
No.
No, but no, not at all.
But you don't, when you put your mind to something, you can do it.
Oh, sure.
So
I could lose the weight quickly. I'm just worried about what, you know, like you say, I'm going to be 40 and your body's different.
Well, you could go to plastic surgery.
The only reason I'm staying 300 pounds now is because I'm hoping that the movie 300 gives me some sort of deal.
Predict your weight 1 year from now. Do you think you'll be 350 or do you think you'll be 250?
No, I can't say 350. Come on. I predict I'll be under 250.
You do?
Yeah.
A year from now?
Yeah.
All right. Mark the date down.
I'll take that bet. You want to bet?
I don't want to bet.
Well, that'll give him an incentive.
Ooh. I don't want to give you any incentive.
I don't have any incentive.
I don't want to be one of those people that encourages you to lose weight.
100 grand. Let's bet 100 grand.
100 grand, you'll lose the weight. I know. Yeah. See, he needs the money incentive.
He'll lose the weight.
No, that's not true.
Yeah. All right, Tracy, you're on the air. Go ahead and say hi. Tracy, what's up? By the way, tomorrow, Tracy Morgan will be here. You made me think of the name Tracy. Also,
I'm sorry.
The Iron Sheik will be here.
Oh. Now, there's a lineup.
That's right.
I fear for Artie's safety tomorrow with this Iron Sheik coming in. He needs like a safe, clear passage out of the studio.
Well, when he's doing his Iron Sheik Jr., he will be out of the studio.
He's going to come after him. I mean, I think you and Robin are covered. What about Fred and Artie?
He won't know where he is. We'll have him out in the hall somewhere shooting out there.
There'll be heavy security.
Don't worry, we got it all. We're going to bring in the Iron Sheik like Hannibal Lecter. He's going to be on a
I mean, I still have to meet Artie someday, and I'd prefer him in one piece.
Meet me? Why? Would you like to, make out or something?
Are you into Artie?
I think you're awesome. I think you need to dump the hookers, first of all. Just meet a regular girl.
Yeah, regular chicks are turned off by guys who go to hookers.
Well, I was going to say, Artie, don't you know that? Yeah, that ruins your capital.
They don't like you. They don't respect you.
Yeah,
I mean, you're a good guy. You need a Yankee fan like me.
Right. Well,
That was the game last night.
What do you look like?
I'm probably too old for you. I'm like 35.
Yeah.
Natural redhead, well, strawberry blondish. 5'7".
You sound like you talk a lot.
I do?
Yeah.
I'm afraid you're going to cut me off.
5'7", what do you weigh? That's the big question.
Just under 130, about 128.
That's too much.
How tall are you?
5'7".
About 118.
5'7", 130,
5
you know.
5'7", 118 is nice, though. 10 pounds.
Call back in 10 pounds.
10 pounds?
Yeah.
Artie likes his girls lean.
Okay.
I do, unfortunately. It's a double standard, I know.
It really, yeah, it is. It's a shame. But anyway.
So you're here to tell us that...
It was great.
Right,
I know. I'm just...
All right. I don't know. She's annoying me. Hey, everything annoys me today.
But I was wondering if that was... women don't like that when you talk about it.
No,
I mean,
know.
You know.
Well, look, anything, I'm for the show, man. You know,
I think you should go out with Tracy.
Morgan?
No, just Tracy on the phone.
I love my sobriety.
He's going to be here tomorrow. That's going to be a lot of fun. Let's say hello to... All right, I'll tell you what. I'll do this. Never mind hello. This is... I've got tape of Riley Martin's show last night. Okay. I've got Sal and Richard making a new phone call to Community Cop. They call it the coughing and sneezing calls. They just literally call in coughing and sneezing. Let me play that for you. I can see you're intrigued.
The history of enslavement of our people in this country is one of the most quietest secrets. But next caller, welcome to Community Cop. Where you calling from?
I'm calling from Harlem. Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Welcome.
Got a little bit of a cold today. Think I caught it in church yesterday for my grandson. We were...
All right, next caller, welcome to Community Cop. Where you calling from?
Yeah, what's happening, brothers?
Welcome, welcome.
There's Sal.
𝗛𝗵𝗿𝗱 from the Bronx.
All right.
I just want to say, as far as the pastors are concerned in the community, I've experienced something, excuse me, as far as the pastor in my community.
Okay, well, that's really not relevant. One of the things that we intend to do on this program is talk about serious issues. Next caller, welcome to Community Cop. Where you calling from?
Not feeling too good.
Next caller, welcome to Community Cop. Where you calling from?
Yeah, I'm Mr. Lemon, my brothers. Yeah, I just want to say, oh, shit.
All right, click that one. Next caller, welcome to Community Cop. All right, next caller, welcome to Community Cop. All right, see, one thing you have to understand, you're dealing with a group of strong, intelligent black men, okay? So you can call with your foolishness. We're just going to ignore you. We understand where you come from. We understand your history. We understand your nature, what you're about. It doesn't faze us in the least. Okay, next caller, welcome to Community Cop. Where you calling from?
Why do you keep hanging up on me, sir?
Next caller, welcome to Community Cop. Where you calling from? Caller, you on the air?
How you doing tonight, man?
As we wind down, where you calling from?
Yeah, I'm calling from the Bronx, and I'm sick as
All right. We'll try to get one good caller, next caller, and hold it. One thing that I'm not trying to imply, I'm not going to say dogmatically, we have a lot of sick individuals throughout the city, and just listen to the voice. But we'll try to take another phone caller. Where you calling from?
Medication. I'm calling from Manhattan. I just shit my diaper.
Next caller? Next caller. Next caller.
And it went on.
No.
Yeah. It's great, isn't it? Those guys really worked that one hard. I mean, and it's like relentless. One after another.
How did they get through like that?
Well, I guess nobody else was watching.
That's like, it's so impressive that, you know, there's that little people watching.
Yeah.
Yep. Speaking of little people, everybody likes the new Eric the Midget Everybody Dance Now song. I'll give you one more shot.
Zooming up the chart.
Oh, yeah, in Sweden. It's #1 already. Pretty hard to believe. All right, let's see what else I have. Oh, I told you I got Riley Martin clips, too. Let me play those real quick for you so you get those out of the way. 𝗦𝗵cie𝗄𝗿𝗱 is going to call in. That's the guy that...
Oh, he's very cute, too.
He's a tennis player. Because Beth says to me, I want to call in when he calls in. I go, what? You calm down. You're engaged.
He is absolutely gorgeous.
We were absolutely making wedding plans last night. We were starting to talk about...
What are you talking about?
Beth and I
thought there wasn't a wedding.
Yeah, now we might have a wedding.
I see I probably have the date booked already.
Yeah, we're hoping.
I knew you'd have a wedding.
I was such an asshole.
Why am I not in the soothsayer or psychic business? Didn't I tell you all this?
Yeah, you didn't. I said no. You know what's funny, too? Because, like, Beth and I always said to each other, we're not having a wedding. So one day I'm sitting around, like, about a month ago, and I go, you know, you ought to think this through. Like, maybe it'd be kind of cool to, like, get married in front of some people. And she went, you really? See? And I go, yeah. And she goes, okay. And now it's like, I go, maybe
now it's a wedding.
Yeah, well, now I go, well, maybe we shouldn't have a wedding. And she goes, it was your idea.
She's probably already said something.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
And so now you have to go.
She's already, like, thinking about the whole wedding plan.
Yeah.
Howard, you know, honestly.
You're not invited over.
I didn't agree as much as with Rob and... you know, in the beginning of all this, she's busting your chops. But after hearing like the last few weeks and today, just start painting a room for a baby.
Build a nursery.
Get a bassinet, a nursery, just paint. Just do it. It's over. It's over.
No, it's not. No, she knows. She knows. I'm telling you, I'll bet you $100,000 on that one.
Give him the money.
No.
I think I have officially moved over to Robin's side.
And I laughed at all of you guys because I was like...
Life with a child.
Yes.
Oh, Howard knows better than that.
No more kids. I tell you, I'm just too old.
I tell you, I spent a weekend with a 4-year-old. It was exhausting.
That's it. Let me tell you, so I have a friend who shall remain nameless who said they had to do the same thing and said it's unbelievable.
Yeah, you know what, though? You got...
Gorgeous kid, but I'm telling you, they take all of your energy, all of your time.
Yeah, and I don't care how many people you got helping you. It's just awful.
It's not awful.
It's my wedding song.
Why marriage? Who are you marrying? I mean, who are you proving your love to? You don't dream about banging other chicks now? Come on.
I'm going to walk down the aisle to this.
You think there's a woman on this planet who is married who doesn't resent her husband? He doesn't do this. He doesn't do that. He doesn't fulfill the needs. It's a laundry list. And eventually you'll go insane. Don't get married. Enjoy your relationship. Get out of here. Go get married. I'm going to laugh at you.
My God.
Yeah. You know, the good thing about getting married in your 50s is there's a decent chance you'll die before the marriage goes bad.
There's no chance at all. Look
no
at
luck.
Your parents. They're still here.
I know, they're in misery.
No, I want you to... you're going to last a long time to see your kid. He'll be playing power forward for Duke or something.
Right.
Smart basketball
player.
player.
That kid is going to be
Blonde
laying
hair.
on the Riviera in a yacht.
That kid's going to be playing chess.
Banging.
Oh, yeah. I just for, you know what, you got to do it, just to see the pussy your son gets.
Yeah, he'll have Howard Stern's libido.
Oh, you guys are making me nuts.
And money.
Well, I am telling you, I am not doing that. Let's go to Billy. Billy, you're on the air.
You're going to get married. You're going to have kids. She's got you wrapped around her finger. You're a fig.
Wow.
You're a fig.
You mean because I'm in love with a beautiful woman?
It has nothing to do with being in love. That pussy's got you beaten.
You are fine.
Well, just for that, I'm jabbing a knife in my balls.
I would put 2. Artie, help him.
No, listen.
Artie needs help himself.
That's a definite. But
listen, long ago you said you would never get married again. Now you're making wedding plans. Long ago you said you weren't having kids.
Oh, sorry I brought this up.
You're going to have kids unless you...
Why am I being yelled at? What have I done to you, Billy?
Listen to what you said.
You were yelling at everybody else.
All right, I changed.
Hey, as Richard Pryor...
Also, you lean liberally.
Are you married, Billy?
Yes, I am.
Fag too, then.
Yes, I am.
Right.
Card-carrying bag.
As Richard...
I don't dish out what I don't deserve. You know what I mean?
I hear you. All right. Well, you've got a good point.
As Richard Pryor said, I don't know why bitches is always complaining they got half the money and all the pussy.
That's right.
All right, Billy.
Good luck, man.
Thank you. You got to calm down there, though. You're going to have a heart attack.
Billy, you're killing him.
That was officially the New York opinion.
Yeah.
By the way, Riley Martin was on last night. I'll give you 3 highlights from his show in case you missed it. Riley Martin, of course, on every week at midnight on Tuesdays.
I just want to say, every day I pray for you that Howard Stern is serious, is going to do the right thing, and they're going to pay you
what you deserve.
Oh, boy.
Well, thank you, Leon. Well, otherwise, my year's contract will be up early next year. And then we'll go back. Now I got a mouthpiece. You know what I mean? I got a lawyer, 𝗦𝗫𝗄𝗿𝗱, or something like that. He's going to talk to him. He'll talk to him this time. Because they won't listen to me, you know, to say, hey, that dumb old Negro, we ain't going to pay him nothing.
Well, he's hired a lawyer now, Riley Martin. And I suspect the lawyer will get no further with Sirius than he has.
Have you had those meetings where you all say, dumb old Negro, we ain't going to pay him?
Oh, of course. Everyone sits around calling him a dumb old Negro. I don't think he's ever discussed, quite frankly. And Riley got word from our listeners, of course. They do such a great job of egging him on that I pissed in a limo. That's all he needed to hear.
I don't know if you heard earlier this week, but Howard Stern himself admitted to using a water bottle to piss in, similar to like your piss jug.
What?
Yeah. What do you think about this hypocrisy here now?
What?
Well, no.
Now, now he's doing it.
If he had went ahead and got an official Riley Martin piss jug, then he could have pissed with some type of dignity. You know what I mean?
All over his
Right, and he would not have splattered all over his leg. You see what I'm talking about? And that's what he should have done in the first place. Because any man that does not have a piss jug at some time or the other has got to be a girly boy.
Yeah, the rich guy got on your case for doing it in front of everyone. He's 5 feet from the limo driver doing it in the back.
Yeah, but you see, I am now selling official Riley Martin piss jugs out to Tookers.
Right.
You see what I'm talking about? So
yeah, he thought it was a joke.
Yeah, but it wasn't no joke, boy.
Well,
in the first place.
In the first place, yeah, listen, they would have pee with some dignity. He is something else.
I love him.
Yeah. And then somebody asked him about the fact that he couldn't get it up for a while because he had sex with so many alien women.
Is that true? I didn't know he had gone through a period like that.
Yeah, I hadn't heard this.
I believe that you told me a while back, and I think this is in your book as well, that after you had the liaison with these 12 hybrid alien women, that subsequently upon your return to the Earth that you could not get an erection for a time, and that this troubled you at the time. And my question is, can you pinpoint the cause of this? Was it the aphrodisiac they gave you, or was it the sheer volume of the 12 women, or would you please elaborate?
The amount of activity coupled with the loss of body fluids would not have been possible on Earth for any normal man. Thus, they may have overloaded the system or took it to its brink. Therefore, I had to re-up, so to speak, and that took about a month. I
love that they chose Riley Martin. Like, the aliens didn't choose Einstein or...
Right, they wanted to mate with Riley.
You know, or Stephen Hawking, you know, some mind that they could, since they're advanced.
I had to re-up.
Well, that's always my question to him, is if they really were interested in getting this message out of the destruction of the Earth, they see Riley can't carry the message. Why wouldn't they go to somebody else?
Yeah, like choose someone with a little more credibility. Eric, you're on the air in Hoboken, New Jersey.
You know, I wanted to ask you how, in God's name, did you ever hook up with Ralph? I need to know that.
How I met Ralph?
Yeah, how did he leech onto you?
Well, the earliest, I didn't know at the time. When I was on NBC Radio, Ralph was a devout fan. In fact, there are 2 instances, which we've actually gone back and listened to, where Ralph called in while he was in high school. to our NBC radio show. Did you know that, Rob?
No.
Yeah, I've actually heard those. His mom was there with him, too. I think I put his mom on the phone. This is
kidding.
Yeah, that was the earliest Ralph phone call when we were at NBC. And I didn't know him as Ralph or any of that. But what happened was I was performing at what used to be called the Felt Forum, a New Year's Eve live show for about 5,000 people. And I had this idea that I would talk to my stage. And I would create, I was always fascinated by ventriloquism, that I would create as a penis and work it from inside my pants. I talk. Right. So I didn't know how I would create this. Having zero budget and zero knowledge of show business, where would you go to create this? And we got a letter from a young Ralph Sorella, who somehow, I'm not even sure how we hooked up, but we did. Robin, correct me if I'm wrong, we got a letter from him.
Yeah.
And he decided to come and introduce himself, and that he would make this. He sent me some ideas that he could do this. Well,
I think he had drawings and all kinds of things.
Now that I think back on it, typical Ralph, he wasn't ready. It was too rushed. He shows up New Year's Eve with a talk that doesn't work.
Right.
And I hit the stage, and I'm on stage. One thing I don't like Artie talks about the life of a stand-up. You go to different markets and you hone an act and all this stuff. Right. I had no act. This was it. I was going to go up on stage for the first time in my life. I never believed in rehearsing.
You definitely needed your...
I was going to talk. Came out of my mouth and what came out of this puppet thing, and it was a horrible bomb, terrible show, and it didn't work, and that was the end of that. I said, that kid, he's talented, but he didn't come through.
Wow, so, and you gave him another shot?
Well, what happened was we got our Channel 9 show, and like Saturday Night Live, we needed to make me up into different characters and things, and unbeknownst to me, the Channel 9 people, I think Dan Foreman, got a letter from Ralph showing some of the work he'd done on horror movies. He'd done some work on some independent horror films, doing makeup. Oh, yeah. Ralph's a very talented guy. People don't realize it. All the Channel 9 shows, when I looked like Ted Kennedy or Clarence Thomas, that was Ralph, and he would turn that stuff around in a matter of days.
But in that Felt Forum show, wasn't there like a whole bodysuit?
Yes, I came out as Rambo. Well, that was later on. That was at a different show, I think.
I thought that, and because the prosthetic, everything kept popping off, it didn't stay on.
But so Ralph was hired by the Channel 9 show to do this stuff, and Ralph, that's where he did his best work, I feel. He really came in, and every week he got it done in time, and it wasn't easy, because sometimes, like Fred would say, on Thursday, we'd say to Ralph,
where is it?
Change it around.
I'm going to be Clarence Thomas, and he'd have to have a
scramble.
So Ralph made a mold of my head. He knew how to do all of that, and he would paint these prosthetic pieces.
Wait a minute, you did, because I had that done, too, when I had to do Mad TV. That's a very professional, dangerous process.
Well, he even
Ralph did it.
Ralph molded your head?
Yes.
Wow.
I was so afraid of Ralph and realizing he probably didn't know what he was doing.
Because you got to go under, did they pour all that blue shit on you?
Yes.
It's very claustrophobic.
I wouldn't allow my whole head to be done, just my face.
Didn't he have a professional mold guy there, though? He did bring in professionals.
One time he did it on his own.
Really?
Yeah. And I allowed him to do this.
See, knowing you, I can't believe that.
I was crazy back then.
Right.
I would do anything.
Actually, I think that it wasn't horror movies that Ralph had worked on.
Yeah.
I think, Ralph, those were his Halloween costumes.
Yeah.
He claims he worked on some independent... In other words, like if an NYU student wanted to do a horror film or something.
Yeah, that's not even an independent movie. It's a student film.
Right. I think that mostly what you saw were... Because he loved Halloween.
Yeah.
And he always did an elaborate costume for himself.
Well, to tell you the truth, he did a great job at the Channel 9 show, and then he would come up to me and say, you know, your look is horrible. Mm-hmm. He was very honest with me. He said to me, this bouffant hairdo and the clothing you're wearing is way off, as it was. And he said, why don't you grow your hair out? I said, you know, you're right, I probably will. And I listened to him, and he started to talk about clothing and this and that, and I found that we had a lot in common in terms of, you know, what we wanted to, you know, what I wanted to project my image as. So whatever it was, and that's how he worked his way into my situation, and I was very, very fond of him.
That's so funny. Listen, real quick.
Why is that funny?
Well, because I thought, so that's only about 16, 17 years ago.
No, NBC.
91, and NBC was a couple of years before.
Well, yeah, when was the Channel 9 show, actually? Oh, he's right. Maybe it's like 15 years ago.
Well, when he called in at ABC, it would be well over 20 years ago.
Well, yeah, but he wasn't in my life.
But
he was a fan.
Now,
Ralph, are you there?
Hey, now.
Do I have that right?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I was a fan of yours from the very. I mean, I was, you know, before you even got to NBC, I was listening to NBC, and then you know, I've heard you from the day you got there, and I was a fan. And then you started doing shows at Club 𝗦𝗵cie. And at that point, that's when I was starting to do all this special effects. I had already been doing some things, and I went to one of these shows, the Club 𝗦𝗵cie show. Remember I got that picture of that girl sticking the heel up the guy's ass?
Yeah.
Oh, my God, that was the prom.
The prom thing. Yeah, I went to that, and I gave one of your interns like 5 or 6 pictures and a note, and then Gary called me like a couple weeks later and goes, Howard really liked your pic. He wants you to come in.
Yeah.
Can there ever be a story with Gary in it where that voice is not done?
No, and you know what's so funny? Right off the bat, Gary had a problem with me. He called me and goes, you know, you don't know how lucky you are. A lot of people send in a lot of stuff and Howard doesn't respond. And I'm like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's an insult.
What's that?
That's an insult.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, so?
Well, hey, listen.
But also, you know, just to say, I was doing a lot of stuff at that. I mean, you know, I'm not going to get defensive, but I wasn't just doing Halloween costumes.
I said you worked on movies.
See, but this piques my curiosity now about Ralph. So then you, at some point, you get to deal with the E! show. So Ralph then moves over to doing your hair, because
my phone's all crappy. Let me call back.
But that's how I remember Ralph in my remembrance.
Right. Well,
he did your hair for the E! show, right?
Yeah, but that was after the Channel 9 show.
Right. So then, so now he's here every morning with you guys. He does your hair and he hangs around, right?
Well, the thing was, when we were doing the Channel 9 show, I put wigs on Howard, and then like one day you were trying to fix your hair, and it's like, hey, you want me to help you with that? Because I'm not a hair guy. I don't know what.
Channel 9 show, I would, you know, wear this prosthetics and makeup and hair and all.
But in the early days of E! Would at some point, was Ralph your every morning hair guy?
Yeah.
So he would be up at the studio, because those early E! shows, Ralph's always hanging around. So
like 3 or 4
clearly
years
he's doing all this work.
Yes.
And people could see that. How did he get this reputation of a guy not doing anything?
I don't know.
Like what happened?
I think the reputation comes from the fact that he's always just worked for me. And now his stylist job really requires him to come to my house for a half hour. But he does do shopping and stuff during the week. But people feel he isn't busy enough. But he's managed to work his life to the point where he doesn't have a job that takes up all his time, and he gets paid.
And if I had something to do that takes up all my time, I do that too. I mean, I'm not lazy.
The fact is, Ralph, I feel, if he had concentrated in one area, I've always said this to him. I said, if you, with those prosthetics and all the makeup you do, if you had just concentrated on film work and gone to work for a guy like, what is his name, Rick Baker?
Rick Baker, yeah.
The special effects guy. He could have had a very big career doing that kind of stuff, but he never wanted to have a boss. He never wanted to have a 9-to-5 job. He never wanted to have to answer to anyone.
No, but you know,
this
I
held him back.
I won't say derailed, but I started working with you, and I enjoy. I mean, obviously, I was a fan of the show. I enjoyed working on the show. I started working on Channel 9. I'm doing makeup. I'm doing some set stuff, some costume. It gave me a chance to kind of do different things.
Yeah, he enjoyed his work.
And I go with the flow. You know, that's where life took me.
Eric, that's how I met Ralph.
You know, I just want to say, aside from the Barry and the fact that he still rides the path, he almost is a clone of you. His personality, the way he answers questions.
Well, I raised him. He had no father. I'm a father figure to him in a sense.
Well, at this point, don't people mistake Ralph for you?
And he loves it. He loves it. He loves. He walks around looking identical to me, and it's ridiculous. People stop and go, I'm telling you, I went bike riding with him. I'm wearing a helmet. I'm all disguised, and he's just riding around. And someone stops us and goes, hey, I know who you are. And I go, uh-oh, here we go. How does he recognize me through the helmet? He goes to Ralph. You're Howard Stern. While I'm sitting there.
I was coming off the subway the other day, and I almost I walked to the corner, and there's Kelly Ripa, and she looks at me, and she's about to say hi, and then she stops.
Thank you, Ralph. Thank you, Eric.
Real quick, Howard.
Yes.
You mentioned that something about being on stand-up and so forth, that you were doing not stand-up.
No, I never did stand-up, Eric.
I realize that. But, you know, the other day, Monday, when we were downstairs with the girls, we were listening to Artie's It's the Whiskey Talking.
Yes.
And I got to say, in the beginning, when Artie came on for the first four years, I didn't like Artie. I missed Jackie. Over the last 2 years, I became a huge Artie fan, and the first time I actually watched It's the Whiskey Talking was on that party bus on Monday, and I got to say, not only me, but people were pissing in their pants. He does a bit where he's playing basketball with a bunch of black guys, and you got to watch this. You got to.
I know the bit. He uses the N-word. Yeah. I've seen his video.
It is phenomenal. The facial expressions, the whole slow motion. Artie's a genius. We love him.
Oh, good. Well, there you go. I told you would. You just have to hang in there 4 years. Thank you very much. All right, Eric.
4 years is a long time.
Love you, too. There you go.
Thank you for that.
All right. Well, it took 4 years, for Christ's sake, you to win people over. I don't know what the hell the problem was. But let's take a break. We'll be back right after these words.
Spider-Man code. I have a different outlook on. I have a different outlook on this relationship Ron has with his brother. To me, if I were Ron, I'd be incredibly jealous of Clint because he's in one of the best episodes of The Odd Couple ever.
Yeah, he's done some good stuff.
Yeah, I mean, he's a good actor.
So to sum up, really, it is amazing that a guy in Hollywood who's attractive and wealthy and this and that has only had sex with his wife for his entire life.
It's
quite remarkable.
It's pretty remarkable.
Who's the attractive guy?
It's a real...
I'm sorry.
I thought you wanted to work with
You're
this
not
guy.
attracted to Ron?
This guy, Ron Redford over here? Are you kidding me?
Oh, you know what I mean. I mean, there's a certain beauty to that.
Well, I think so, and you know, I'm grateful
sadness.
for it.
I'm not sure.
In Jersey, it's an incredible sadness.
Listen. You have a story to tell.
Anybody you haven't worked with that you want to?
So many.
Really? You're not going to name a name?
Well,
Howard Stern.
Hey, you were good in your movie.
I did a good job.
I went there not expecting much, and you were very, very good.
I showed sensitivity.
Yeah.
I was. You want to know something?
I did win the Blockbuster Award for Best Newcomer.
Yeah.
Which is something Ron dreams of.
But I'll tell you what.
Right next to the Oscar.
Done, yes.
I believed, now you can laugh all you want, I deserved an Academy Award nomination for that film. All right. So anyway, let's see.
Isn't it true that
You said I could laugh all I want.
Isn't it true that Bryce's monologue was Howard talking to Pig Virus?
That's true. That's how she got into Tish. But she did it nude, which is brilliant.
That's where I first saw 𝗦𝗵cie, who I then worked with on Cinderella Man.
As a matter
and
of
he's
fact,
great.
yeah, I mean, I remember when we were testing for that part, we auditioned 𝗦𝗵cie 3 times. We weren't even sure, but Betty Thomas, the director, said, this guy's got something. And then when I started working with him, my agent said to me, this guy's going to be the biggest star ever. He's terrific.
He's great. He's great.
He's terrific. All right, look, enough about me. We could brag about my acting all day, but we won't. We're here to celebrate your
You won't
film.
name one name of somebody you want to work with, huh?
What?
Pam Anderson.
There's so many. I mean, you know, it just goes on and on.
Would you ever work with
Johnny Depp? Loved to work with Johnny Depp.
What's the problem?
I just haven't found a script. I mean, you know, Jack Nicholson. Love to work with Jack Nicholson. Meryl Streep.
What about this Paris Hilton? No interest in her?
I haven't seen the range yet in her performances.
Aren't you annoyed of those kinds of celebrities now, these reality star celebrities that have apparently no... Doesn't that bother you?
It's the antithesis of him, in a way. You know, it's like the direct opposite.
People are very entertained by those shows and those people.
All right.
That's fair enough.
Those people.
Have you produced any of those shows? You don't have
No,
any.
our TV company hasn't gotten, you know, but I think if we could think of a good one, we
Ron, good news. I'm on Paris Hilton's Twitter. She wants to work with you.
Let me see that.
I love the beautiful brain.
See Angels and Demons. That's what... Listen, Ron doesn't really care about any other of this. Quite frankly, he thinks this was a disastrous interview. We didn't spend 99% of the
But
time.
you do keep mentioning Angels and Demons.
Angels and Demons is a real story. In other words, told by a real filmmaker. And Ron needs you to go see this. Let's be honest. And believe me, you're not that busy. You can't go see this.
Hey, this weekend is the weekend to unbusy yourself.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I mean, spend 2 hours having fun. Big deal.
Yeah.
See Angels and Demons opening this Friday in theaters everywhere. Ron, we're honored to have you here. After all, you're very important, and we're very insignificant. And we'll be back right after these words.
Ron, how'd it go, man?
That was fun. The studio's great, and you know, you do stuff on the Howard Show that you don't do anywhere else.
Now, Howard was a little concerned that you've only had sex with one woman.
He was a little bit thrown by that, I think, but not me.
This is the best of the wrap-up show. A recap and behind-the-scenes look with John High and Gary 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. The best of the wrap-up show begins now.
Hey, it's Gary 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, Baba Booey. On Monday's wrap-up show, we discussed Ben Stiller as a guest, what a great guest he is, how he always comes in, he's an A-lister, loves the show, and he's pretty open about his life, and he tells us everything that's going on. We dig him. Check it out.
And we're going to talk about Ben Stiller, longtime friend of the show, Ben Stiller.
Yeah, he comes in to promote all his movies, and I think, listen, he's a big star. He likes us. You know, what more do you need?
Now, he and Howard, like, seemed that their relationship was going someplace, and then I guess it dropped off.
I thought Ben said something that was really telling and not a joke today. He said, yeah, you know, you sort of dropped the ball. And Howard goes, really? I thought you dropped the ball. And Ben said, well, when I didn't get the wedding invite, I figured I was on the outs. And I didn't think that was a joke.
I didn't think that was a joke either. Did you, Benji?
No, but I also didn't think, like, I didn't think about it too much.
You don't have a thought on it, do you?
Yeah, I did think it was a joke.
How'd you think Ben looked today?
Skinny.
Skinny, and his hair.
And he had the funky hair.
Yeah. Do you think a couple people said he seemed depressed?
Oh, yeah, I got it. No, go ahead.
Do you agree?
I don't know. That's sort of his demeanor. You know, he's sort of like the, you know, gets beat up, but he's a good guy. I mean, it's almost like the character in his movies. But he seemed a little downtrodden today.
Well, considering all his success, and he's been tremendously successful in movies, do you think he's a humble guy? I mean, is that a fair way to put it?
Yeah, I mean, you can be humble, but like when they said that, when Ben said he doesn't know how many movies he's been in that have cracked 100 million, I was not buying that. I mean, you can be humble and still know that, because when you want to go in to negotiate a contract, I'm pretty sure you got to know what that is.
And today, I know he was promoting Night in the Museum, the next movie, but a lot of talk was about Tropic Thunder and the balls it really takes to make a movie like that.
I think he's really proud of that movie, as well he should be, because, you know, he's made some funny movies, but there's some people who go, oh, he makes light comedy, and that was a ballsy movie. And we were saying here today, imagine if you tried to make that movie and Sal was playing the black character instead of Robert Downey Jr. I always said about that movie, the reason why I loved it so much is because that could have gone horribly wrong. And it didn't. It was really well done and well written.
And he revealed that he'd been working on that for 20 years. Like, that was a long-time project that he really wanted to do, and it came out great. And, of course, Downey gets nominated for the Academy Award, playing a guy who's trying to get nominated for an Academy Award.
I thought the second I saw that movie, I said he should be nominated, because, again, that could have gone horribly wrong in the hands of another actor.
And I thought Jimmy did a great job just hanging during that whole interview, and then piped in, you know, in the appropriate places.
And where was that?
Well, I'll get to that. First, we got to get to Ben's marriage, which it seems like he's got a great marriage, 2 kids, everything's great. But he was very honest. He said, you know, all marriages have ups and downs. And, of course, immediately it's like, what do you mean ups and downs? And then Howard brought up the 𝗦𝗵patrick Harris thing, which, if you missed it, clip number 2, Ted. Here's, this explains it.
𝗦𝗵patrick Harris.
I was
it
down. Could be one of the
said
downs.
he never had sex with a woman. He had sex with your wife.
Well, now,
and
I don't know if there actually was, you know,
he says it was coitus.
I don't even know what that is.
And he said...
It was grosses.
He said, I knew then I was gay, because if this is one of the most beautiful women in the world. If I can't get excited over her...
Well, he must have been excited.
Gay, right? That's what he said.
Yeah.
Now, now, what do you think of this?
I'm, you know, I don't know what to think of it. I mean, I don't know if it's a compliment, if it's a backhanded, whatever. I don't know. You know, I'm happy that he's happy with his own sexuality. I'm glad that he's figured it out.
Did she break the news to you?
Had she told you that she
I knew that they had dated. I mean, I never, like, you know, delved in for the details.
Right. What do you say to that?
Well, so he's finding out for the first time today that 𝗦𝗵patrick said that on our show?
No, he was aware of it, he said.
He was aware that they dated.
No, he was aware of what 𝗦𝗵patrick Harris said when he came in. But still, you know, how do you have that conversation with your wife? Or you don't even have that conversation.
Well, first of all, do you want to hear about any of the dudes that your wife banged before she met you?
No.
Okay. Then, do you want to hear about the gay dude she banged who's like this really gay guy now?
No. But again, Ben knows what he's getting into when he walks into the Howard Stern show, and he rolls with things very well. The other thing he didn't want to talk about was Owen Wilson, and this is after talking about a bunch of different things in his personal life. But it seemed like Owen Wilson's attempted suicide was just hands off.
Well, they're really good friends. He probably doesn't want to talk about it, but he's like, I'm not going to talk about this, and he started to talk about it, and then it got really crowded in there, and he reeled back on it. But, you know, I didn't think Howard was that out of line. He was sort of like, hey, you're directing a movie. You got just your life's work. It's a movie you worked on for 20 years. What do you do when a guy drops out?
Did you think that question was out of line, Benji?
No, not at all. And I didn't think I thought Ben didn't handle it in a really good way. Like, I think he should, you know, if he doesn't want to talk about it, it's okay. I would respect that, but it just he made it like it was this horrible thing that he made.
Well, the guy tried to kill himself.
No. That's horrible, but it's not crazy that Howard would say, like, how do you handle a situation like that?
Yeah, I think everybody's nervous when Howard brings up stuff like that, but I thought the question was a legitimate question. He probably said, hey, you know what, man, you know, he's a great guy. We got somebody else for the movie. It was a tough time, and, you know, we moved on.
Hey, it's Sal Governale, and on Tuesday's wrap-up show, we discuss one of my screw-ups in the Bob Levy spelling game, and then somehow the conversation went over to Robin and her talking too much. That was my opinion. That was constructive criticism. And after you see what I have to say, I think you're going to agree with me. So check it out.
Sal, I'm glad you came down here. I see your stuff in your face. I'll give you a second. But I know you apologize for the misspelling and you blame Google and Gary and Robin and everything else, but ultimately you took responsibility for your mistake.
No, in an argument where one's right and one's wrong and it's Sal and Google, I think one is Sal, who was trapped in a pizzeria as a kid.
Hostage.
Yeah, hostage. And the other one is a company that recruits Harvard and Yale kids. So I don't know, Sal. It's
I
a
think
bad
you summed
matchup.
up. I think you summed it up right there.
But Sal, you did
Artie.
the greatest prank ever, you and Richard. It was vintage, you guys,
Oh,
and then
thank
you
you,
fuck
Art.
up 10 minutes later. So explain the fuck up. We don't care about the podcast.
Exactly. Why'd you blame Google?
Talk about your fuck
Because
up.
when Google didn't work, I went to Gary.
But did you take responsibility for it? The
Yes,
answer is no.
absolutely. I do take responsibility. And, you know, I did it in a way where when I wasn't sure about the word, I Googled it. But the thing is, at the time, I never noticed the top. It says, did you mean so-and-so?
Right.
I just I'll type in cemetery, and then if I see, and I'll scan the page, and if I see that spelling, I assumed I got it right.
So it gave you all the hits on the other idiots that spelled it wrong.
That's exactly it, right. So I found on Google all the idiots just like me, and I fucked up.
Sal, when we were talking about it, though, a bigger issue came up, I think, which Gary alluded to, which is,
Sure.
I don't know, did you hear what he said? He said that you're telling Gary that he's your boss and
Right.
everything, and then away from Gary, you're like, you know what, I'm
Well,
doing just fine.
I said on the air that I screwed up, and then when Howard just kept pecking at me, I said, this is a time for a good old-fashioned Baba Booey moment.
But that's not what we're talking about.
Yeah,
we're
this is
talking
something
about
different. You're
off
not
the air.
listening.
People are
I'm not-
telling me off the air that you're going around saying, I let Gary think he's the boss, but I know who's wrong.
Oh, no. I might have said it in front of the camera, but Gary, that's definitely not true.
I wonder.
so who
I
am
wanted
I?
you to go to
Thank
the
you, Sal.
Gary.
I wanted you to go to the Stuttering John School of Disrespect.
No, Gary, you know more than I. Like even today, when we put a game together, I specifically break it down. I make sure that you know.
Sal, if you're going to go to a Stuttering John school,
I would never go to that school.
You should go to the Stuttering John school of getting an insanely great job without any skills school.
You know, you should go to the Stuttering John School of I can't remember where I put my wallet.
You should go to the post Howard Stern job placement school because he's the fucking master of that.
Gary, do you believe that Sal respects you at your job?
I think for the most part he does, but I think Sal is one of those guys, you know, who will say whatever needs to be said, where it needs to be said to make himself look good.
Well, I don't know about looking good.
Yeah, he's a jerk off.
Right? Yeah, they are. Yeah.
I was going for Two-Face.
Yeah, but you know,
I'm a
jerk
professional
off.
jerk.
I'm
Yeah.
a jerk off.
Yeah,
too,
but-
so, you know, Sal, just say you're being a jerk off when you fuck with Gary like that.
I agree. And you know what? It's funny. I wanted to bring something up about Stuttering John. In the beginning, I liked what Stuttering John did, but it came to a point where it wasn't funny anymore. It was just browbeating. It got a little.
Are you talking about me or anybody?
I'm talking about Stuttering John.
With anybody?
With you.
Oh.
But with
Look who's talking.
I know. No, but I
fucking
think
guy who built the wall of teeth in Times Square.
And I loved what John did and stuff to certain degrees, but I felt like it just wasn't funny anymore. It just was like it was mean-spirited. And believe it or not, I'm trying to pull away from that. Today, it's been a while since I broke Gary's balls, but when you have like Howard looking at you, I feel like a third grader in the principal's office.
It's rough getting yelled at by Howard
but
because
sometimes
it's impossible to win an argument because he's a good
grasping
arguer.
for straws, and
sometimes you just got to own up to it.
And I did, but you know, I'm grasping for straws, and he's giving me that look. It's like the fucking, you know, it's like the Wizard of Oz looking down at you with the flames coming up and everything,
Sal,
and I'm shivering like the lion, and all of a sudden I'm just like, where do I go? Oh, okay, Baba Booey.
Sal, do you?
You know, he's my saving grace.
Hold on,
sometimes.
Deflection.
Do you
right.
understand why Howard was so embarrassed
yes,
and
because
upset?
I made him look like an ass, and you don't make Howard look like an ass on the show. I mean, I screwed up. The guy is running a show. He's doing the best he can. He can't stop and think, you know, and cover everything. He's running a show, and then all of a sudden, it's one of those things he glanced over, and I made him look foolish.
Now, will you be insulted if you get an email tonight where Beth said you put a post-it on your computer and you should check Webster's dictionary?
No, I won't be.
But another reason he was mad, Sal,
But that was funny.
From a comedy point of view, was it ruined the bit.
Right.
It ruins the bit
Sure.
if we can't spell too, although Levy spelled existence EXF, I think. But, I mean, so he looked really bad, but we look stupid too, so the bit is destroyed.
Well, we're one big, happy, stupid family. I was stupid.
No, we're not.
And the first thing
we have stupid cousins.
And the first thing
Sal.
The first thing you said when you walked in there was, "I know I'm stupid. I know you just." Do you feel like Howard just wanted to go down that road?
Yes, I wanted to kind of like cover my tracks by saying what he would say, so he would get it out of the way.
How did How did you know what he was going to say?
Well, after a while working here, you kind of get the impression of what's going to happen. You kind of get a feeling of what he's going to say, and I knew what he was going to say as soon as he saw that, or whatever the fuck it is, and he called Gary, and Gary said it was. I knew. I mean, my heart just sunk. And I said, here it comes. Here comes the beating. It's been a while. And I walked in. It's
actually been a few days.
And it was like going to Bogey Land, like from March of the Wooden Soldiers. And I walk in there, and then sure enough, he just...
Sal with a great Laurel and Hardy reference.
Yeah, I was a big Laurel and Hardy fan.
And you smacked Robin a couple times, too.
It is like going to Bogey Land, though.
It's like Buster Keaton and Seven Brides.
It's like Harold Lloyd hanging off the clock.
With Robin, look, I like Robin. I'm not going to be one of those guys. I love Robin, but I like Robin, but she's got to know her place sometimes.
What is her place?
Well, yeah, what do you
know
mean
what
by
I mean?
that?
Well, there's a pilot and there's a co-pilot.
Back of the bus, Sal? Is that what you're saying?
No. That's a long time ago.
But what is it? You mean, in other words, Howard's the pilot?
Enough, Sal.
Howard's the pilot. She's got to sort of pipe down.
In certain cases.
But like what? Like a case like where Howard's browbeating you?
Right. No, there's a time to speak. There's a time not to speak.
Are you saying Robin's interrupting a lot?
I'm surprised the bottom of Robin's sneakers are not on Howard's tongue. She steps on them so fucking much sometimes.
I agree.
She doesn't have track mark. I'm surprised she doesn't have the track marks all over his fucking face from her Reeboks, because she sometimes just keeps interjecting. It's like, hey, you're going to fucking spew your garbage at 10 o'clock for 45 minutes. Get it all out then. Hold back a little bit.
You're calling the news garbage?
No,
That's
I'm
spewing?
just a figure of speech. Spew her stuff or whatever.
I feel like we're all like cannibalizing each other now. Like we're all like this.
Well, we're not.
But like we're all like, he's yelling, Artie's talking too much. He's yelling, Robin's talking too much. I feel like come on, we used to be a family. What happened?
I'm trying to.
This is family, Gary.
Do you mean we're all eating each other?
It's a dysfunctional family.
I know, but I feel like we're tearing each other down.
I know. Well,
but
listen,
even Artie agrees.
It is weird, Gar. Lately, there's been negativity on the Howard Stern show.
I can't believe. No, I mean, Robin.
So wait, you said at 10 o'clock Robin should do her thing. So from 6 till 10, do you think she should just sit there?
No,
knowing that she's got the last hour.
No, but she should know her place. Like
she's like the number 9 hitter.
To me lately. I mean, if I love Robin, I'll give her constructive criticism right now.
I thought you said.
All right, you want me to tell the truth?
No. You didn't.
I love Robin. This is not a diss. This is not negativity.
Let's hear what he has to say. What do you have to say?
Hold on.
I admire Robin. I look up to Robin. I pinch myself every day that I'm working with a great person on the Howard Stern show.
You look up to Robin because she's taller than you.
But if I may give her some constructive criticism, like she would for me, somebody you care about.
Okay. What is your constructive criticism?
Slow down on chiming in. Slow it down, Robin. Slow it the fuck down. When there's a guest on and Howard's mid-sentence in a question and she chimes in and she just demolishes that question with something from left field, sometimes it makes my hands crunch into a fist. Just take it easy on chiming in so much. Think about what you want to say. Think if it's that important to interrupt Howard Stern when you say it, and then take the approach, whether you're going to do it or not. She has a tendency sometimes to get real. She's become a pig on the mic. The micro, like a hog, hogging it up. Just take it easy. Don't be so piggish on the mic.
When did you start?
Slow it down.
When did you start feeling this way?
Jeez,
1982?
No. I would say, recently, about 7 months ago, somebody sent in an email, and Howard read it, that Robin is chiming in a lot. She's not chiming in. She's stepping on Howard a lot. And Howard read it, and I remember that week she really piped down a lot. And you know what? She was brilliant, and I loved her, and I still love her. But she's got to know her role. You can't have too much of everything. You're going to turn people off. Slow it down, Robin. Just slow it down a little. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart in a kind manner. Just take it easy.
So let me ask you a question. The 28 years or 28 or 29 years of chemistry that Howard and Robin have together, you're saying that she's veering off from that?
I think she's really good at what she does, but I think she's becoming so confident that she's Robin Stern. You're Robin Quivers. You're the sidekick. You're the co-pilot. Wait for the pilot to make the move, and then listen to him and know your role. Know your place. You know what I mean?
Hi, this is Fred Norris for the Howard Stern Show. Guess what? On the wrap-up show for Wednesday, we had a very exciting talk about Jesse James, the outlaw bike builder. We spoke about what a great guy he was. We spoke about how he was willing to build Howard a custom-made chopper, which could run up to $100,000 in cost. We talked about, this is almost as long as the wrap-up show. Why don't you just watch it instead?
Our in-studio guest today was the one, the only Jesse James. And did you know a lot about Jesse James coming into this, Gary?
Knew nothing about him.
Really?
In fact, I mean, here's what I knew about him. That he used to be married to Janine, that he had something to do with motorcycles. I wasn't sure what. And that he's married to Sandra Bullock. But my first hint that he was more than just a guest came when our very own program director, Tim, came in and said that was his hero. He goes, "You're my hero." And I didn't understand exactly what he meant. And now as everyone called in, I realized, like, if you're into motorcycles, he's the guy.
Well, it's not only that, Gary. That's when Tim encountered you. You didn't see Tim jumping and running down the hallway to get to see Jesse James. I mean, he was just, he had stars in his eyes.
Yeah, he said Tim told me he was nervous meeting Jesse James. And I was a bit of a dick. I felt really bad. He goes, "Jesse, I just got to tell you, you're my hero. You're unbelievable. I think the world of you." And I go, "That's so funny," because that's what he said to Arlen Specter last week. Because it's true. He likes Arlen Specter, too.
Now, does Jesse James come off as a badass at all?
No. I mean, I didn't know much about him, but he's got a really good vibe. He just seems like a good guy. He's like sort of, I read the notes on him, and I see he's been through some crazy shit, but, he doesn't look like he's going to kick your ass, except for all the tattoos going up and down both arms. But he seems like a sort of a gentle guy, and I don't know. I thought he came across as really nice.
And Tim wasn't the only one who was excited. Fred was happy about it, right. And I think Fred's going to drop by. But Robin was also very excited to meet Jesse James.
Is that the titties were out for him? Is that what the deal was?
That's the rumor that was going around. I don't know if there's any truth to that.
The truth is the titties were out. Whether for him or not, I don't know.
Right, that may not have been the reason. But had you seen him at all on Celebrity Apprentice?
No, in fact, I only heard a couple of clips. I heard one clip that JD had pulled for when Dennis Rodman was here, where Dennis Rodman went off on him. So, in fact, I thought I knew what he looked like, and I was completely wrong. I don't know why. I thought he was Ricky Rackman. You know what I mean? Like, that's the vision I had in my head. Jesse James, I don't know, all those West Coast guys that were married to porn stars. So I probably couldn't even pick him out of a lineup before today. But again, really nice guy.
I mean, he's a lot different on Celebrity Apprentice based on the way they put it together. And you got to hear, he spoke more here than he did in the entire season. And I thought he was pretty charming. Did you like him on the show today, Benji?
Yeah, I think he was very likable. It was funny. I like how pissed he got at Ralph, though. It was like he's such a nice, friendly guy, but like Ralph really got him. Like he looked like he was like ready to start punching someone.
Well, one, that's Ralph's expertise, as we all know, and two, you don't want to mess with this guy. And he talked about that a little bit. He doesn't want to put that out there because he's challenged a lot, because he's known to be a pretty tough customer.
Takes one swing at me, I'll have all that miscongeniality money.
And miscongeniality too.
Exactly.
Don't forget that. Now, before we get to Sandra, we got to talk about Janine. He didn't really talk a lot about their marriage, but you could tell it was a rough ride.
Yeah, he kept calling it his nuclear disaster, which is, you never want to have your relationship referred to that way. And I thought that the line really hit it on the head. Howard goes, "It must have been great. You married to this porn star." And he goes, "Dude, everything isn't the way it looks when you see it, and that spoke volumes about it.
Yeah, if you missed it,
well, actually, I'm sorry. I don't know if you have the line.
Yeah, I think I have the line you're talking about. Here's I think this sums it up pretty much. Hit it, Ted.
Was it weird for you being married to a porn star for a while? Like, I mean, is it that like guys think that they can have their way with your wife, and
I think it she'd been retired for like 5 years.
Right.
And so it wasn't really like on the tip of your tongue, it wasn't like she's a current huge star, it was like over in the past and she was changing. But then, I think it's harder for her to be in that kind of spotlight,
Would you recommend that a guy marry a porn star, or do you think that they have too many problems that it's just too much of a thing to overcome?
Just buy the DVD.
Just buy the DVD. Yeah,
don't even go there. Just buy the DVD.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's better to beat off.
That was a line.
Yeah, that pretty much sums that up. And were you surprised when you learned that he was married, not today, but in the past, when he was married to Sandra Bullock? That kind of came out of nowhere, and that relationship seems to have stuck for a little while.
You mean surprised that they ever got? I mean, at the beginning, again, I'm as guilty as anybody. You don't know anything about people, and you just see them in the tabloids, and you see this guy that used to be married to Janine, who's some biker dude. You see him and Sandra Bullock together, and you go, oh, it must be Sandra Bullock's, like, sort of fling, her wild fling. Certainly they can't really like each other, but I don't know anything about him, and it turns out that they really love each other.
Yeah, even he said she figured he'd be a bigot, he'd be this and that, and they ended up doing pretty well together. And Howard found out a lot about how they carve up their finances as well.
I think Howard probably got more out of him than he's probably done in any interview. And he even said at one point, he goes, when Howard asked about the sex, he goes, dude, I'm going to stop. I've already said enough.
Now, he also gave advice about how you have to listen to girlfriends and your wife, and he's talking about going gardening, and that's the greatest idea I've ever heard.
Right, but he said it in such a sarcastic way, as if you have to be really not sincere and go, honey, gardening's great.
And he let's go to.
They don't have kids together though, right? He's got his own kid with Janine, but him and Sandra don't have kids together.
I don't think so.
Yeah, so that it's easy to pretend to want to go gardening.
That's true. Paul in Philly, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Good, Paul. How are you?
Great. Listen, I just wanted to tell you, I thought Jesse was really good today. You could tell it's like two different guys. I watched a little bit of that Apprentice, and it's like very uncomfortable there. And in the studio, he just seemed like he was at home, with you guys.
Yeah, he said, I got to tell you, he told me in the green room, and he said it when he first walked in, too. He said he was extremely nervous about coming on. He'd done 60 Minutes and all these other shows, but to him, Howard was like a different level, and he was very nervous about coming on.
Yeah, it just seemed like, he really hit it off with you guys. He was really happy to be there, Yeah,
good guy. Good guy.
Do you think people can appreciate a guy like Jesse James because of what he does? I think initially you hear, oh, he makes bikes, and he's
he just makes bikes. You know what I mean? Like again, I don't know much about motorcycles, and this much what I'm about to say I learned from Fred. Fred will talk in a minute because he just showed up. But I didn't realize that to me a motorcycle is a motorcycle, and that there are guys who make motorcycles that's like a piece of art if you're into motorcycles.
It really is. I mean, it's one of the few things that you can buy. I mean, when he was talking, he said the most expensive motorcycle that he made was $300,000. When you think about a handcrafted, personalized motor vehicle for you, that's a bargain. I mean, if you can afford $300,000.
That was the other great part of the show this morning was when he offered Howard a bike, to make Howard a bike, and Howard said, first of all, listen, I could buy my own bike.
There are
Tim came to my office and started jumping up and down again and going, I can't believe he's not going to take the bike. Why won't he take the bike? He's got to take the bike.
Tim was very excited out there.
What he should do is he should get a Howard wig and go up to him and say, I was just kidding out there. I mean, I really want the bike. Now send it to Tim's address.
Now, Fred, you're an expert in this field. I
don't know about an expert, but
you're knowledgeable.
Knowledgeable.
How good is Jesse James at what he does?
He's definitely one of the top 5 bike builders that there are around. I mean, somebody brought up Indy and Larry today. Rest in peace. He was one of the greats too. And there are guys that are like that. And I really think it's like the last frontier in terms of like customized cars and bikes and things like that. People don't customize cars that much anymore because I think they all look the same and they all look like jelly beans. But at least with a motorcycle, it's like the last frontier. It's kind of like being a cowboy.
That Orange County Choppers, are those guys just an interesting show, or are they really good motorcycle makers?
You know what? The jury's out on them. The real aficionados of bike building, they poo-poo them. And I'm one of the few people that doesn't, because I think anybody that brings bikes into the collective consciousness of the United States and makes them more acceptable and makes them appealing to the masses, you know, that was one of the things that Jesse was talking about this morning. When you're riding in traffic, people have no respect for motorcyclists. I mean, they barely have enough respect for other cars.
Well, I think
but when you're on a motorcycle, you're very vulnerable.
I don't know why this pisses me off. I'm always very respectful. Like a motorcycle guy, if he's in front of me, I like to be very far behind because I always think if he falls, I don't want to run him over.
Right.
The thing that always pisses me off about a motorcycle guy is when he goes between cars.
You know something, I agree with that, and I think in New York State, I mean, there's certain places in the country where I think that's legal. I don't think in New York State that is legal, and I agree. I think it's a dangerous practice, and I think people should not do that because it freaks people out.
Well, also, you can't. A motorcycle guy, like on the highway, they always show up in your blind spot when they do that.
Well, that again, it's like that comes down to bad motorcycle riding. I mean, I used to ride a lot when I was like 14, 15, 16 years old. I rode a motorcycle before I ever drove a car, and I got a motorcycle again about maybe 10 years ago. I hadn't ridden in years. Maintained my license, hadn't ridden in years, and when I decided I was going to go back, I signed up for a motorcycle safety course, took a series of lessons, read a lot of books, and that's one of the reasons I feel fairly confident when I'm riding on the road, because they'll teach you where not to ride in the blind spot, what not to do, the stupid things that you can do to get yourselves in the trauma unit.
All this talk about safety, so that brings me to a question. You've known Howard longer than me. Mm-hmm. Is in your time with the show, was there ever any chance that Howard's getting on a motorcycle?
Not unless Bianca and Beth were like being held for ransom or something. There's no way that he would do it.
On Thursday's wrap-up show, Sal came by, and I don't know how it came up, but we got started talking about Robin again. And Sal at first was trying to explain himself, but then he broke down a little bit, and it led to a lot of good conversation, a lot of controversy, and Robin eventually coming in here to confront him on what's going on in Sal's mind. And I've been trying to figure that out for 3.5 years. But it was a good show, and watch for yourself.
Why are you so glum?
I'm not glum. Just waiting for my beating.
You seem glum.
I'm on standby.
Why do you say that every time? I'm waiting for my beating.
Because whenever I express myself on this godforsaken shithole, I get ripped apart the next day. No, I do. And you know what? I'm going to. Maybe this is a good
what
thing.
are we talking about here? Are we talking about the game, or are we talking about how you verbally attacked Robin?
Which godforsaken shithole are you referring to?
Okay, I know I attacked Robin. I didn't view it as an attack. I knew I attacked Robin. I didn't view it as an attack. It came off as an attack.
Well, how would you view it?
In other words,
you just said, I know I attacked.
Without being redundant, it was constructive criticism that she took personally. And I know a lot of people feel that way, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I offended Robin. That wasn't my intent. But, if somebody else gave criticism, it wouldn't be as bad. I always have to be the guy that stepped on in the
that's not true.
That's wrong.
That's just not true.
No, it is. It's true.
It is.
I'm the only one. I'm the only one that gave Robin good advice, as far as I'm concerned.
No, you're the only one that gave her that advice, and you think it's good advice, and that's you could think that, but
I can. You're not better than me, Gary, to tell me.
I'm not saying I'm better than you. I'm saying you don't have the ability to recognize that you took a solid 10 minutes on the wrap-up show to talk about how Robin is literally single-handedly fucking up the show, and it's your opinion that she's fucking up the show, and we don't say a word, and we let you say whatever you want, and you don't have the ability to think that she might be offended by that.
Well, you interpret it as me saying she fucked up the show. I said I would prefer if she just slowed down a little bit. And that's what I really said.
Slow down. Know your place. Slow the fuck down.
And that's it. And then it just turns into this whole... So, you know what? I'm not going to express my opinions anymore on you guys. Because when I do, everybody gets into a tizzy. Everybody gets all upset. It's not worth it.
Actually, you probably get called on the carpet about 1 out of every 10 times you express your opinion, because you express your opinion a lot. But seriously, when you were talking... Did it not hit you in the head that Robin might not appreciate that? Were you surprised when Robin grabbed you in the hallway?
I lost a little sleep the night before.
Did she just?
It started hitting me like, oh boy, I wonder how she's going to interpret this. You know, I hope I didn't. I felt bad about it. I thought it was a little.
But why would you feel bad? It's just
I was a little harsh,
but it's an opinion. It wasn't an attack.
It was tough love.
But like when you said that Howard's tongue had Robin's feet mark on it, like was that?
It's got a Reebok mark.
Well,
Reebok
mark.
Sometimes you have to paint the picture to get your point across, and I felt at that moment that was the case. And I have no ill will towards Robin. She told me to fuck off. God bless her. Whatever she wants.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but what happened? She just grabbed you in the kitchen and said, fuck off?
She was in the kitchen.
Or did you say something to her first? Like, did you say, hey, I love you? Or
no, I didn't say, hey, I love you.
Hey, Robin, listen, about that you suck thing.
I said something like, hello, Robin. She's like, should I say hello back, or would I be talking too much? And
you go, really? What do you mean?
And I said, really? What do you mean? I really did. And
just in
she's
case.
like, and she goes, Sal. I'm like, Robin, you know as soon as I said that, and I did, and I said it on the show too. She goes, love you, schmuff. You don't start with that bullshit. You know, just because you have, and she really laced into me. She's like, just because you have problems at home and blah, 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 and you have the ability to stand up to your wife and you have issues with women, you think you could take it out on me. That I'm like, no, it's not. That's not the case at all. I go, Robin, that's not the case. I go, I just want to let you know that in certain circumstances, I think you chime. And she's like, fuck off. And she turned around with her cup of celery juice that's going to go up her ass in the next 5 minutes. And I said, Robin, I go, let me. She goes, take another step. I'm throwing this in your face. And I'm like, whoa, you know. And that was it. And
you know what the greatest part is?
I feel the thing is, I really feel bad. I don't like to have tension between people, especially your coworkers and your friends. I feel bad about it, but. It bothers me, like, I don't know, like I expressed how I felt, but it's not worth it.
I don't think you expressed it in a way that somebody would like. You thought it was constructive, but it really did come across as a bit of an attack. And my favorite part, by the way, is how you made a point of telling us that day, I'm not going to be one of those fucking assholes that says, I love you, Robin, but. And all you've ever said, starting every sentence, including when you saw her in there, was, I love you.
Yeah, that's true, but I said that I'm not going to be an asshole that says I love you, but because I really do love her. Like, I'm not going to be a liar. That's what I meant. Like, after, you know, on the show
I'll take 500 shares of Logistics, please.
You need a decipher from, like, the @DaVinci Code to figure out what Sal means when he says shit.
When you get caught in a conversation with Sal, I do understand why he was so successful at selling stock. Because he really tells you. Like, sometimes I would walk out of there confused.
Well, that's because he says 3 different opinions that often contradict each other in one statement.
I said what I meant.
What?
And
Robin walks over Howard?
That I care about Robin, but I felt lately she's been chiming in too much, and I meant that. I expressed it maybe in a harsh way that she took offense to it, and I'm sorry that she took offense. I don't like the tension. I do like Robin, and I think she's great.
Assuming your criticism comes from a sincere place, did it ever occur to you that maybe a 25-year broadcasting veteran didn't want to hear the opinion of a stockbroker?
More like a 30-year veteran. Robin's been on there for like 30 years.
A wise man learns from a fool. A fool learns from no one.
What?
It's exactly what I said. If you guys can't
Wait, a wise man learns from a fool, and a fool learns from no one.
So that means there's always something you can learn, whether God...
No, what it means is a fool has the inability to learn nothing, but a wise man should listen to the fool.
Yeah, you can learn from a fool's mistakes. You can learn from a fool and a fool's actions. But there's always advice to be given.
So who are you in the scenario? Who are you?
Unfortunately, I'm the fool because Robin has the experience. So I'm putting Robin on the pedestal here. But she can learn. So you can always learn something.
But I'm just saying it was unsolicited.
Hey,
like if she had come to you as a
does
friend
Richard
and
Roper
said,
have the right to tell somebody how to direct a film? No, but he could critique it. Yet he has no experience in that field.
I
have experience.
You're
at
not
least a little bit, not as much as Robin.
Technically, you're not here to critique.
I'm
Richard's
not.
hired to critique. That's
and
a
that
big
goes
difference.
back to my first statement. I'm done giving my opinion and critiquing.
Oh, put the $1,000 on the table right now. There's no way you're done.
And you're
as much as it pains me, I'm done.
You're not done.
Honesty is dead.
And you're the fool, and you've learned nothing based on your analogy?
No, a wise man learns from a fool. A fool learns from no one.
So who have you learned from?
I've learned to keep my mouth shut. I've learned from this fool myself, I guess.
Jack in Long Island, you're on the wrap-up show.
Yeah,
I think that's an Aesop fable or something. Look it up. It's on Google.
Yeah, hi. I'd like to talk to Sal about what's going on with him.
Oh, this is Ronnie Munt.
Who?
I could tell. I could smell the 𝗦𝗵cie coming off your skin.
Yeah, well, hey, dude.
Yeah, I can smell.
You know what, dude? You do
Hold
this.
on.
You do this every time.
Take that diaper you have around your ass and wrap it around your mouth.
You
will
do this.
please?
You do this every time. You cause trouble for yourself.
I do.
And then you cry like a baby.
I'm not crying one bit. I'm just learning my lesson.
Now you did it with Robin. Then
I didn't do anything with Robin.
Like a little baby.
Ronnie, I'm not being a baby
Jack.
here. I'm learning, Ronnie,
Like
that
a little
I shouldn't
baby,
express
a little
myself because you get in
freaking
trouble.
Baby, man, you don't quit.
Baby, just the
Go
opposite
lock
of a
yourself-
very, very old person.
Go lock yourself
Oh, is this
in your
Jack?
room, like I told you a
I'm
long
sorry,
time
Jack.
ago. Go lock yourself in a room there.
Ronnie, I'm sorry, Ronnie, that you have to ride my coattails for attention, but your point
I'm not riding
your
your
point
coattails
is just
for attention.
worthless. It's just
No,
stupid.
my point is so right.
No, it's not
Because
right.
you do this
I
every
expressed
time.
myself about Robin. Robin got upset. I'm upset that she's
Who the
upset. It's
hell
not.
are you? Who
It's
are
not
you?
worth it.
Who are you to express yourself about Robin?
And who are you to tell me what I should and should not do?
Because you're hired here to be a writer.
And
or
you're
whatever the
hired
hell
to
you
be
are.
Howard's driver, so
Right,
shut the fuck up
exactly.
and drive.
I do.
What are you
man.
doing calling in on a show?
I'm waiting for him. I'm
All right,
busy.
All right, so wait.
Whoa, settle down, everybody.
Jesus Christ, this guy.
Hold on,
Stupid
Sal.
asshole.
Wait a second.
You're a stupid asshole.
Now, Jack, doesn't Sal have the right to express his opinion?
No, not. Why should he? Who is he?
I mean,
Nobody.
if he's asked a question, he's simply answering it.
Nobody asked him to make it give opinion on Robin, whether she should talk more or talk less. Who is he? He's nobody.
Robin's
All right,
here.
hold off on the break. Robin's here.
Rob, Benji, can you give it? Come right here, Robin. So, Sal,
I'm in the hall, and people just keep telling me stuff about Sal saying various things. Why is this still going on?
Well,
Didn't you have your say? I
said
heard
I
it.
felt bad.
No, he's not. He hasn't been degrading you. What he's saying is,
No, but he
doesn't.
said he was delivering a communication. I got it.
He doesn't know. We were asking him how he could go off for 20 minutes and give his opinion. I put in quotation marks, and I said, "Did you not think that it might come back to bite you?" And he goes, "No, not really. I really."
Well, when somebody said Sal didn't understand, I said he could stop there. He doesn't have to put anything after that sentence. Sal doesn't understand anything.
That's true.
Just say that. I don't understand.
I don't understand.
I would egg you on, Robin, but right before you walked in, Sal's like pretty much on suicide watch right now.
No, I'm not.
Ronnie told me that Sal said he's losing sleep. I said, you shouldn't tell me that.
Yeah, because we feel bad.
So, Robin, did you take Sal's advice to heart?
Oh, shut up, John.
Do you really think I would take
Never.
Sal's advice for anything?
No. But clearly, I mean, you yelled at him in the kitchen, so something must have bugged you one way or the other.
Sal isn't attacking me. Sal is attacking all women when he talks
That's
to me.
what she said in the
And that's what I don't mind an attack on me. Like I said, when he said Artie did something wrong, it was Artie did something wrong. When he says, you know, something to me, it's like, know your place. Well, where would my place be?
This week in Arizona.
Howard's at the window. He sees Robin talking to Sal, and he's got this quizzical look on his face, like, should I go in there? And then he just left.
He's like, so what would your advice to Sal be?
I don't have any advice for Sal, because if I try to give Sal advice, because quite frankly, when I was talking to him on the air, I was trying to explain to him what a Google search is, which I don't think he understands. And I got, you know your place. Shut up, stop piping up over there. So I can't give Sal advice.
Robin brings up a good point. Like, when you fight with Artie, why don't you tell Artie to know his place?
Because Artie threw a CD at my eyeball.
Are you still angry at him, Robin?
I'm not angry at all. I didn't even know this was going on. And people are telling me. I said, but the worst thing to tell me is that I made you lose sleep, because I'll keep you up the rest of your life.
Kind of a cool show happening today. Jimmy Kimmel, who I saw this weekend, by the way. We were hanging out.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, Jimmy and his cousin Sal.
He's dating his cousin Sal.
Yeah.
No, Sarah.
Well, you know, I did have some alone time with Jimmy.
Yeah.
And I got to ask him about, you know, Sarah Silverman.
Did he open up?
He opened up, but, you know, when a guy opens up to you in private, this is the problem with me associating with people outside of the show. You know, they kind of give you they preface their statements by saying, look, this is some stuff I'm going to talk to you about.
It's embargoed.
And all I'll tell you about that, I'm embargoed. But I'll ask him about it on the air, and we'll see how clean he comes. But
yeah, but you know what? Do you really care more about Jimmy than the show? Fuck him over.
Really? Well,
let's go.
Yeah, that's
anyway,
right.
I am a man of my
word. Are you ever going to get better information out of him?
Yeah, but I got to tell you something. This is how bad I am with people. This is another story of how bad I am. Jimmy began to open up to me about him and Sarah and, you know, what was going on.
And was really open, huh?
And afterwards, like, Beth said to me, well, what did Jimmy say? I said, I don't know.
You had no idea? You didn't even listen? You blanked out?
I think I listened, but I didn't understand what he was saying. It didn't make any sense to me.
I think the only reason you listen to me in those situations is because you're so fascinated how fucked up I am. Like heroin is like something.
He's really fascinated about interpersonal relationships.
Yeah, but I think maybe it's boring to him now.
I listen to you because we're on the air together.
Oh, that's right.
I can.
So in a year and a half, I
should
should stop calling.
If Jimmy talked to me on the air, I would understand everything.
Right.
I mean, you'd question him.
Yeah.
You know, you don't even ask questions.
No, I meant even personally.
I did, Robin.
Even when I call you, you listen.
Yeah. But I even said to Jimmy, I said, I don't understand what you say. In other words, okay, you guys broke up and you're explaining it, but
you don't get it.
I don't even know that you really told me anything here. I don't understand. And then he started again to tell me stuff. And maybe he was just being guarded or whatever, but
I have I've had that experience where people are saying a lot of words, but I don't understand anything they're saying.
Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you.
They're usually foreign people.
I swear to you, I am as in the dark
as before.
And the only
good.
thing I know is
dear.
what Jimmy has said publicly, that she broke up with him.
So basically, you are saying everything you know on the show, so that's good.
Yeah, I am. I mean, I could tell you everything he said, but it doesn't make any sense. So, you know what? He'll come in here, and whatever he's comfortable talking about, we'll
He probably
go
isn't
to.
comfortable talking about any of it
Probably not.
on the air.
No.
All right, 𝗦𝗵cie𝗄𝗿 here, man. Old friend of the show. We got a lot of old friends here. We don't have no new friends. We got only old friends. What the fuck?
Kind of like you.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck you. Come on in.
Jimmy.
Hey, what's
Morning.
happening?
How you doing, man?
Good, thanks. I thought you were going to come to my hotel room and wake me up there.
I wish.
With this thing.
So what brings you down to the show today?
What do you think brings me down to the show?
What are you talking about?
Oh, I have a lot of important things to talk about on the show. Gary's penis.
What you're talking about right now?
Yeah. No, I had a similar thing done to my penis, so I feel like I can add a lot to the
You're going
conversation.
to share your experience with us
Yes,
today about that?
I'll help make men in their cars crouch over throughout the morning today.
All right, Jimmy Kimmel's here. Bring in Jimmy.
Jimmy, you gained weight.
No, it's Artie. There's Jimmy. Jimmy's actually lost weight.
Look at Jimmy.
Jimmy's thinner. Good to see you, dude. Artie's
Hi.
thinner too. Hey, James.
Hello, Howard. I
Host
can't hear
of-
anything in my headphones, but my cans.
Host of Jimmy Kimmel Live.
Don't act like you haven't seen Howard. We heard you spent the weekend together.
Yeah, we made love.
I thought that was going to be our secret.
No, that wasn't a secret.
Oh.
It's just, you know what it is?
What?
When I hang out with Jimmy, I feel like kind of like I disappoint him.
What?
Why?
Because when I'm not on the radio, I'm not a whole lot of fun, and I'm actually kind of quiet and not all that witty. And I think Jimmy kind of worships
Are
me a
you
little
fishing
bit.
for compliments?
No. Jimmy, I'm being serious. Jimmy
Welcome to the show, Jim.
Jimmy looks up to me.
It's true. That is true.
And
like,
so you expect that he expects something.
like I had
more.
Jimmy's stories, like when he was in high school, he listened to me, or someone sent him a tape, and he wanted to go into radio. I don't know what the whole thing is, but then like when
Is this your way of saying you want Fred to play music and for me to go on?
No, it's him saying he wants Ralph to play
but
music.
it's always awkward because I know, probably Jimmy's expecting this great guy to hang out with him, and I'm not. I'm really not a lot of fun, as Beth will tell you.
I disagree. We did have a lot of fun, and I have a lot of fun. I'm not. What do you think I'm expecting? I'm not expecting Robin Williams bouncing off the wall.
That would be annoying.
But I know, like, you like to sit and, like, like Jimmy came out to see me, so it was like, then I feel obligated that, we should be together.
Yeah, well, that is one of the things when you go visit
When you
somebody,
visit
actually see
someone,
them.
they actually are supposed to be with you.
You should do the Great Gatsby. You should just never show up.
Well, after Jimmy left, I said to Beth, I said, Jimmy's a great guy. Everyone knows I love Jimmy. I think Jimmy's a really together great guy.
Together?
Yeah, he's got it
pretty
together.
Robin.
Yeah, he is pretty together.
Robin, you're sitting on a pot of coffee. How dare you judge?
Well, nobody said I was together.
I really like Jimmy. No one could be an easier house guest. I even like his cousin Sal.
He's an easy house guest?
I am.
Sal, yeah, because Sal is like that wall. He doesn't say anything. He's saying
You just like a potted plant.
He was nervous. He's not usually like that.
But I said,
You give Sal a sports sticker, he's fine for
I said to Beth afterwards, I said, Jimmy coming out to the house makes me realize I don't think I want people coming out to the house. So she goes,
Good, thanks, Jim.
this is positive. She said, why? She goes, no one could be easier than Jimmy. Like, Jimmy's so great. I said, that's right. And the fact of the matter is...
Everybody else is a pain in the butt?
No. I said, even I can't handle that because I feel I couldn't even sleep when Jimmy was over because it was like, I'm like, oh my God, Jimmy's probably awake and he wants to
Let
get
me
together.
go down and see what he's doing.
So I'm up at 5 in the morning checking to see if Jimmy's
Well, who's up at 5 in the morning looking to get together with their...
I'm neurotic. I can't have people
He doesn't
over.
want Jimmy to be walking around while he's sleeping.
You know what you got to do, Jim, is you got to just... Howard knew I'd be asleep till 3 p.m.
Well, and then at 9 a.m. I was going to have a chess lesson. I felt guilty. I said to Beth, is it okay that I'm having a chess lesson? Because what if, it was for an hour. So I was like, she goes, well, I guess so, but Jimmy's your guest and he's here. And I go, but I want my chess lesson too. You mean Jimmy can't hang out with his cousin and do stuff?
No, I'm fine. I don't like to get up early anyway. But in fact, I actually intentionally, I got up what I thought was early. I got up at I made sure to get up at 9:30. So around when your chess lesson was over, then we
could hang out.
Yeah,
You should have combined the two and had Jimmy give you a chess lesson.
Yeah.
Why don't you just say to your guests, you know what? I got a chess lesson at 9
I did.
or whatever,
I told Jimmy.
and do whatever you want, and I'll see you in the afternoon or
I'm
something.
just not good. I feel guilty.
Everything is very well scheduled.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're very well scheduled.
You know what's happening when you go there. It's
Yeah.
almost on a list.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad Jimmy went. Now I have someone I can call to ask how the house looks.
When you straighten yourself out, you might get up.
Well, yeah, they don't want crazy drug people knocking at the door.
What, me and 3 cops aren't fun to have over your house?
But so I always feel like
You don't want Artie making an escape.
And then the other weird aspect is I'm hanging out with Jimmy, and where Jimmy and I were having a private conversation, and I even said to Beth, I'm going to ask Jimmy about Sarah. Did you hear my rap about this morning?
No, I couldn't get my series.
Dude, you
working
and
in
fucking
the car.
Sarah went through weird shit. Howard told us on the air. What the fuck, man?
I would never do
Thank God you got out of there.
With a midget? A midget?
It wasn't a midget. He was just short.
No, I said, Jimmy and I were talking. I even said to Robin this morning, I said, I sat with Jimmy. We talked for a half hour, an hour privately about a bunch of things. But one of the things being what happened with Jimmy and Sarah. I need an explanation because I was close with Jimmy and Sarah as a couple. And I said to Robin, I have no idea what Jimmy's talking about.
He says, first of all, of course, it was not for the air, but in the same, he said he went to Beth and he couldn't tell her what you said.
Because immediately, after we had the conversation, Beth wanted to come down, but she saw we were talking privately.
Oh.
She said to me, okay, so what did Jimmy say about Sarah?
Right.
I said, I don't know. I don't know what the fuck he said.
For Howard to listen to you, you have to work Howard into the conversation.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know what I said either. I mean, I don't know.
It was the lamest, most
He
mysterious.
said he's not sure you know why you broke
When a chick asks me what their day, if I want to hear what their day was like, I'm like, only if I'm in it.
Yeah.
I wish it could have been more interesting, but
No, it wasn't that it wasn't interesting. I just didn't understand.
He said you were saying things, but he couldn't understand what you were saying.
I don't understand what I'm saying most of the time either. So.
But maybe it wasn't not that interesting. Maybe it wasn't interesting.
And then also it's awkward because Jimmy says to me, look, this is private. So I said, okay, well, so what does that mean? I
can't call the Inquirer?
Here's the problem is that I know you would like me to talk to you about these things mostly because you're curious about this stuff, but I know that
Mostly because he's a yenta.
it's hard for you to remember what is okay to talk about and what isn't okay to talk about. So
Right.
for your own protection, I feel like
that was smart.
Maybe you didn't tell him anything.
Well,
I didn't. I'm telling you.
I know I did. I told you
You did?
everything. I mean, I told you everything that was there. It's not that interesting.
It's
Sometimes
not. It was
people just
horribly
don't.
boring.
Something happens. I
Horribly
don't know what it
boring.
is.
It was terrible, actually.
It's unpleasant,
There was no good stories.
there were
Nobody
no
had
events.
any great problems, they
Was
are
the sex
harboring.
good? The sex was good, right?
Yeah. It was,
Yeah.
I mean, for
you.
for me, yeah, it was. Yeah.
The sex was good.
You haven't checked with her.
I think I could safely assume it wasn't that great. For her.
But the public thing was
Taste your juice.
the public thing was that she broke up with you supposedly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Both times?
No, actually, I broke up the first time. She broke up the second time.
See, that's something I didn't know.
Yeah.
No.
Who's going to break up the third time?
I don't think they're getting back together.
Is it over? Howard
we
said
have
he
the
could
rubber
get
match.
you. Howard said he could get you two back together
can't.
if you just gave him a little time. Now you think you can't.
Well, he can't even listen to Jimmy talk about the problem.
He couldn't stay in the room.
No, I listened. I didn't understand it. I
You
didn't
know what?
want to
You should interrogate her. That should be what you do, because maybe you'll get more. Because
But alone, like in a situation like that.
I'm not the kind of person that looks for reasons afterwards. It's if you don't like me, I don't like you, and that's
Well,
that.
then why did you break up with her?
Oh, I don't even know. I just felt just depressed, and just felt like that was something that I felt like that was the reason why I was depressed, and then I became even more depressed
After you broke up.
after we broke up.
Right.
Yes.
You heard the music.
I know. What's the music? You know, Fred, you kill it with the music.
He does. He does.
I could have. I was almost on the hook.
Yeah, you
I
were
almost
right there.
started crying.
Wait, I missed it. What did you say?
I asked, so he broke up with Sarah the first time.
Yeah, you see, you're getting more out of him than I did.
You needed me
I told
there.
you that.
I know, I did.
Well, now that Howard's listening because it's on the air.
No, I listened. I really did listen.
And he
I
said-
I could tell you everything he said
Wait a
because he
minute.
didn't say anything.
I'm
Yeah.
going to tell you what he just said.
Yeah.
So he was suffering a depression.
Right.
He decided it was the relationship that was depressing him.
He didn't tell me that.
He broke up, and then he got more depressed.
Do you
so
understand?
that's
You
why
missed
he,
it.
More or
You
less.
missed it.
Yeah.
More or less.
Do you understand how bad that sounds? Like men want to have the perfect woman, and in a sense, Sarah is beautiful, and she's funny,
Talented,
she's smart,
funny. Oh, my
great
God.
conversationalist, and we still get bored. This is what happens.
It's not even bored, really. But you're right, though. Yeah, it is. It's troubling because you think, oh, if I can't stay in a relationship with this person for a long time,
Right, that's-
Then
there
I
isn't
can't do
anyone.
it.
Yeah,
Right.
And that's what starts to depress you.
yeah,
You know?
exactly. And it's starting again right now.
Is it that you think the two of you are just not in love with each other anymore? Like the love left?
Well, they were in love at your
Yeah.
wedding.
You guys were all over each other at the wedding.
Holy Christ, I had to make out with my shitty food.
I mean, you really were. And
But-
it was so
yeah.
I guess at some point the two of you just realized, like, yeah, we like each other, but we're not in love with each other.
I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah.
She decided that.
Oh, she decided.
That was funny
You're
at the
in love-
wedding.
You're in love with her.
No, I'm not. I told you.
were.
Yes, but when it's over for me, it's
over. You close
Yeah.
the door.
I close the door.
Right.
Right. So
But
because
yet
I
you
put my
open the
penis
door-
through the keyhole.
Yeah, but you open the door.
If he opens the door, he'll be in love again.
You close the door, but you open the door again.
Let's put it this way: when the door's closed on me, the door is closed.
Right.
Yeah, but
When I
Jim,
close the door.
Jim, for every door that closes, one opens.
You're right. You're right.
And the one you better
So
open
are
is
you,
the heroin
are you
door.
on a tear now?
Oh yeah, I'm on a real tear.
He's fucking all of Hollywood.
He's having sex with cousin Sal.
Let me tell you what I did last night.
He's having homosexual incest.
I went to dinner with my friends Alex and Martha Wallow, who listen to the show,
Right.
and had a huge steak, and then almost was pretending to make conversation outside the restaurant, where I was almost certain I was going to shit my pants. And then I got in the cab and desperately tried not to shit my pants, and then thought it might be funnier for the show tomorrow if I did shit my pants.
Who cares about shitting in a cab? You've never done that?
You mean you had a big steak?
Yes.
And it made
immediately
you-
it became
went through you.
an angry ball of shit. that
Jim,
wanted
you're
to
not a
come
New
out.
Yorker. Sometimes you shit in a cab just to make it smell better.
And then you wanted to take a shit. And why didn't you do it at the restaurant? Or are you too embarrassed?
Oh no, not at
You
the
would
rest.
never
Plus,
shit.
everyone knows I come out sweating. And I have to take off most of my clothes. So then I get upstairs and I know this is going to happen because there's a nightmare happening. Is that my cousin Sal has the key to the room in his pocket, and there's no way he's just flipping the door open and letting me run right through. There's going to
Did
be.
you tell Sal you had a shit?
Oh, I told him I had to shit. And I realized that was a terrible
Wait
mistake.
a minute. You don't have your own room? You and Sal are in the same room?
Yes.
What the fuck are you talking about?
This is getting worse.
Sal's on the show. They didn't get him.
Well, they didn't, you know.
They didn't fly him here.
They tell you can bring somebody out with you, you know.
Jim, that is fucked. What are you doing?
Well, the truth is, I brought two people. I brought Jill Lederman, our producer, so she had a room, and then Sal and I stayed. We don't mind. We like staying in the same room.
Holy mackerel.
You really aren't in show business.
I guess not.
Really?
Jim, they used to get everybody at Mad TV their own room.
I'm not on Mad TV.
Yeah, well, actually, Nightline, they've got 4 people in a room there.
Martin Bashir has like 17 people living in a room.
Hey, would you? So did he get the key open in time and you took your shit?
He did, but there was some torment time where he held the key up and showed it to me and waved it to me, and I was like, "Open that fucking door! Will you open that fucking door?"
Or you're fired.
We're gonna shit all over you.
Don't make me shit in Jim Belushi's room again.
That's right.
Would you have Sarah on as a guest on your show?
Not right now. I don't think. Eventually, maybe.
Wow.
Yeah. Really? Is that interesting?
Yeah, that is interesting. Not good enough.
We're just really booked
what
up.
are you talking about? Not good.
No,
enough?
it's not good.
It's because she's doing every other show. She's busy.
There's no openings at your show?
You know what? We've got a lot of bookings right now. And no, I don't know. I just think it might be
awkward, but it'd be fun.
Might be more unpleasant than it would be worse.
Sarah, there's a very funny stripper I met who's doing a set.
Why would it be unpleasant?
Well, why do you think?
Because but she was, listen, when you were going out with her,
yeah,
she was on the show like every week.
Well, not that much.
I mean, a lot.
She was like your brother Theodore.
And now all of a sudden there's no presence of her like she was doing the.
Well, it's not like
Matt
people
Damon.
like, where is she? I mean, she was on maybe twice a year. I mean, it wasn't
Is that true?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought it was more.
But she was on in the time that you two got back together.
Yes, she was.
Listen, I've been on 5 times, and twice when I was on, Sarah
was on.
Jimmy's going to hang out with us all morning. He's going to be here for a while. Ben Stiller is waiting in our green room.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, so what we'll do...
What he's saying is a bigger star has now...
No, Jimmy's hanging out being part of the show. He'll be here during the Ben Stiller
You
interview.
can sit there while Ben is...
If Ben Stiller's sitting here and Adam Sandler comes in, we'll have Sandler.
That's Jimmy's cousin, Sal.
Oh, this
Hey,
is the
everybody.
guy you spent
Good guy.
the weekend with?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
He's a nice guy. I was a little worried about him, but he's a nice guy.
Sounds very quiet, yeah.
He's another Tom Cruise lover, this kid.
Hey, Jimmy.
Yeah.
What's going on now? Do you have to leave?
I think I have to leave soon because I have to do Regis and Kelly.
You're doing Regis and Kelly.
Without Regis.
Mine, sans Regis.
Yeah.
And Sal, you're going over there too?
I'm going to head over there, yeah.
Well, all right.
He can stay if you want.
I understand your cousin Sam's here.
So am I saying goodbye to you? I don't want to hold you here.
I think we have to
All right.
leave, unfortunately. Sadly.
Sal, good seeing you.
Thank
It was
you.
nice spending time with you. Jimmy, I wish you continued success. I hope these upfronts, whatever they are, go well for you.
Now I feel weird about the next time. I feel weird about visiting you because I feel like...
You mean visiting him at home?
Yeah, because I feel like you
Just
always get
visit
the
me.
honest account, but then I feel like I'm making you uncomfortable when I'm at your house.
Not at all. I love being with you. We go away on vacation together. I mean, what's the matter with you?
Well, I don't, because you said then you feel like you have to entertain me. You don't have to entertain
Don't worry.
me.
I know.
I'm self-entertaining.
Believe me, and so am I.
Okay, good.
How dare you? Look, I don't know what's going on in your romantic life. I'm sorry
Is he
you and
dating? You didn't even find out for us.
I would never ask. I don't know
I'm
what he's
dating
doing.
Neil Patrick Harris.
You're not the type of guy that we're not going to open up the tabloids and see you're dating like every woman in Hollywood. Now that you're free of Sarah and you're a single
Definitely
guy.
not.
You're not. You're not going to womanize.
What are you going to do?
You know,
are
I'm
you
not
going
like
to
that.
a dating service? Are you? What are you doing?
I'm on,
Millionaire matchmaker?
I'm on that Ashley Madison.
Well, he
You're
has
on
a
Ashley Madison. You only date married women.
Yes, I'm only fucking married women.
Well, Jimmy has a certain type. I think he's going to ask 𝗦𝗵cie𝗄𝗿𝗱.
And so the dating will begin. The dating will commence as soon as you get over Sarah.
Theoretically, yes. I guess so. Yes.
Excellent. We can't wait for that. Who will it be? be? Jennifer Love Hewitt?
Well, who will the lucky lady
Will
be?
you be picking up women on the show? Will you do that, Moon?
No, I don't think so. I can't imagine that will happen.
Who are your guests for the rest of the week when you get back to L.A.? We'll pick out one for you.
Ben Stiller.
Right,
I really don't know who the guests are, to be honest with you.
Do you fantasize that you'll be with another famous woman? I mean, Sarah was famous.
Was that fun?
I have decided never, ever to go out with another famous person.
Is that true?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Unless they're really, really good looking. What?
Kathleen Turner.
Why?
Yeah. Maybe another hot Jewish comedian like a Whoopi Goldberg.
There's nothing I hate more than being the subject of. I don't like being the subject of speculation. I don't like people being interested in my life like that.
But aren't
so you got into the right business.
But aren't people going to always be interested in your life?
Not nearly. It's exponential when it's two famous people. Nobody cares about who other, like nobody cares about who Conan is dating. Right?
Well, because Conan's married.
Yeah, but nobody cared beforehand. Nobody cares that he's married.
I think they would. Well, you're saying because she's not in the business, is what you're saying. Oh, I see. So when you're dating another famous person,
I'm going to try to be more like Conan.
You're going to try and be like Conan O'Brien.
Yes.
That sounds like makes a lot of sense.
You better get better writers.
But it is possible because you're in Hollywood and you meet the girls you meet are girls who come on your show who are in fact famous, and a lot of these. Actresses and stuff. I mean, it's hard to resist.
I say it's not hard for them to resist.
No.
I think you ought to fix him up with Renee Zellweger.
Oh,
yeah.
I could have fucked her on the set of The Bachelor. I
Would
let
you
her
like
off
to
the
fuck
hook.
Renee Zellweger?
No, I know she's. No, that's
Have
not.
you
I'm
met
not
her?
interested in that. I have met her.
You've had her on the show?
Yeah, I think so.
Not attracted to Renee Zellweger?
It has nothing to do with it.
What? Would you never think about fucking her?
No,
really don't.
I wouldn't. I'm not interested.
If I was single, I would fuck Renee Zellweger. I would.
You could get her a Bridget Jones' Diary.
I told you
do
I
you
don't want to go out
fantasize-
with anyone famous.
But wait a second. You don't fantasize like maybe a night with Carmen Electra or nothing like that?
That's not my thing.
What do you mean, not your thing?
Well, wait a minute. What about some supermodel?
Explain that to me. What do you mean you can't take Carmen Electra?
I need. I think there has to be some depth there for me.
Oh, so supermodels are all stupid?
So Sarah was so deep.
Yeah.
I'll put it to you this way. Sarah would never do this. Carmen Electra.
Look, I said Jimmy was deep.
Carmen Electra was once asked on a talk show, what's the one thing she couldn't live without? And after she thought for a minute, she said food. So, I don't think Sarah would ever do that.
That's a good answer.
But do you think that Sarah will date someone famous?
I don't know.
Does she need that?
No, I don't think so.
She doesn't need that. So, it'll be interesting to see what you end up doing. Sal, what do you think? Sal, you're married.
I'm married, yeah.
So, but
Jimmy
what do you
is,
think?
I wasn't supposed to say anything, but he's secretly dating a pizza chef, this guy Chris Bianco. I'm not even kidding. He flies him out. The guy stayed with him for like a week, and then there's another chef that comes in, Adam Perry Lange, and they cook, and that's his focus right
You
now.
love to cook, right? That's your thing.
I do, yeah. I love to
You're a
eat.
cook?
Yeah. I do. Yeah.
By the way, fucking a pizza chef where I'm from is not gay.
You should try eating food. It's delicious.
I'm going to do that when I do that.
Yeah, that sounds crazy. All right. So, and also, will you and Sarah become friends in the future where she will be able to come on the show?
No, we will not.
You will not become friends.
I don't know.
It's going to be a major
I like that
showbiz
answer.
feud that lasts centuries.
I agree with you. You're not going to become friends.
Listen, I got enough friends.
Right. You will not go the route of Johnny Carson and date some of the tea time players, or you will not.
No.
Yeah, have the girls on your show. Hire
I don't
them
have
just
any
to date
tea time
them.
players.
You don't.
No, I don't. No, it's not my. You know me. It's not my
Look,
thing.
Howard, he was on the Man Show and never fucked one of the juggies.
Not only didn't
He was married.
Not only didn't I fuck any of them, I would hide in my room reading from them. I didn't want to be part of it.
Will Leno,
They don't want to read with you?
Let me before you leave, because I know you have to go. Will Leno's new show fail? I'm talking about this now. You're in the late night game. You spend a lot of time on your show, and I know you do a lot of hard work. And people should watch Jimmy's show. But will you take a look at Leno's new show? And you've probably given this some evaluation. You probably even have research on this. Don't you think, this is what I think, Leno made the biggest mistake of his career, not staying in late night television?
I think it would have been safer to go to ABC. Yeah, for him to go to ABC at 11:30. Yes.
But that would have been horrible for you. You wouldn't want him at 11:30.
Not necessarily, because it would be a better lead-in than Nightline, and perhaps there would have been other networks that were interested in me.
But you told me you would never follow Leno.
That's right. You said you were going to leave.
No, but I changed that eventually.
Oh, did you?
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
You thought it through.
Yeah.
You said I'll go on at 12:30. Leno can go on at 11:30.
Yes.
You really would have gone ahead and done that? I don't believe you.
I honestly would have. Absolutely.
You would not have gone to another network. Let's say if
I might. I mean, I would have considered.
What if Fox
that.
needed a late night show?
I would have considered it. Yes.
You would have.
Yes.
That would have been a good thing.
Yeah.
But now Leno will die at 10 o'clock, won't he? It's the end. Do you think? Do you ever envision a scenario where perhaps Leno could end up going back to the Tonight Show and they fire Conan, and then Conan or whatever his name is comes over to ABC?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't know about all of those things, but I couldn't envision any of those things individually happening.
Well, how do you feel that Leno's going to do?
I don't.
Give us your prediction.
I don't. You know what? I don't think it's going to be successful. I'll be honest with you, and I don't think it has anything to do with Jay. I think it has all to do with the local affiliates and their news, where they make all their money. And if the lead-in is not as strong, they're going to scream and yell and demand something, and it's going to be a mess.
This Leno move could be the end of all television, is what you're saying. Right? This could actually end television as we think about it.
So we should start twittering more.
Will Jay take Stuttering John?
Yes, Jay will definitely take Stuttering John, and I believe that Jay has told Stuttering John, and Stuttering John just isn't saying because they want to keep it all a secret.
You think it's that big a deal?
I think
John
they think it's that big a deal.
Really?
Do you think if Leno gets into real trouble, he'll divorce 𝗦𝗵ici𝗄 and date Sarah Silverman?
That would be a surprise.
She was lucky for you, maybe.
If Leno gets divorced, he'll try to steal Beth.
My prediction is Leno will do poorly. I believe it will not last long. I believe Conan might be moved out, but he will be tarnished. In other words, he will have failed.
You're saying Conan's not going to be successful?
I don't know, because if Jay isn't successful, Conan has to be more successful than Leno was.
And also now, if Jay doesn't do well, it hurts Conan's rating.
Right.
Aha. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
So you're saying everyone's fucked?
Yeah.
Jay's going to screw up everybody.
You're not fucked. You're in the perfect position.
You're so not fucked. You're not dating anybody.
Yeah, but I'm flying like Coach, you know what I mean?
You're shitting in front
What
of
is
Sal.
it, Ralph? Quickly, because Jimmy Kimmel has to leave here. He has a very active
This is never
life.
a good thing when Ralph calls, I know.
Well, Jimmy, I love you, but I don't understand.
That's great.
How come you're not out there getting laid and going crazy and you know, like I know you're straight, and so like why wouldn't you want to? Like, you want to have conversations or something, it sounds like?
Well, Ralph, I'm not that type, right? I mean, I think you would have gathered that about me by now.
You're not a pig. You're not a sex maniac.
It's not like you got to go in and just pick up some floozy and every night, but like
Jimmy, you should be vomiting at Howard's house. You got to live it up.
I told Sal to vomit at your house.
Hey Ralph, what bits has Jimmy ripped off from Howard lately?
I've been ripping off Jimmy lately.
There you go.
Have you seen Stuttering Sal?
All right, Ralph. Jimmy,
but really, I mean,
you think Jimmy should be banging the hottest chicks in Hollywood?
Ralph, give me a little time. I need to.
Maybe you need Ralph to help you with that.
Yeah.
All right, thank you,
in.
Ralph.
Jimmy's got a huge TV.
I do have the biggest TV in the world.
I haven't seen it. Tom Cruise and his mom out.
You're going to be.
Can you tell the story real quick of why, like, that thing that you did to Jeffrey Ross?
What? You know what? I think we'll miss the Regis and Kelly show if we tell it, though.
I don't even know what he's talking about.
I told you about the prank he pulled on Jeff Ross, Sal.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I told him we get a heads up ahead of time who's going to be voted off. So I texted Jeffrey Ross
on Dancing with the Stars.
On Dancing with the Stars. Sorry, I said you're safe, and he said, "Are you sure?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm sure."
But Jeffrey was really into it, in love with this girl, and
then on the air, he was pretending to be nervous the whole show, like he didn't know he was going to. And then on the air, you see him when he gets eliminated. He goes, We lost.
I had inside information. Oh, that's great. That's right, because you guys get tipped off who's going to be losing Dancing with the Stars.
Nobody thought we did.
Oh, he thought you did. I get it. All right. Thank you, Ralph. You're a fascinating phone call.
Sal was trying to kill the odds. He was betting on Dancing with the Stars.
All right, listen, Jimmy, I'm not going to hold you any longer.
Thank you, Howard.
Jimmy Kimmel.
What a beautiful weekend. Thank you very much.
I love you. It's always great seeing you. Yes, and anytime you're around, I want to be with you. And Sal, you too. You're always welcome. All right. The great Jimmy Kimmel and Sal, his cousin. Sal, what's your last name?
Do I have one? Icono.
You don't use that name?
No, I do. Yeah.
You switched it to Kimmel?
That's the way Opera Man says icon.
That's right. And so there it is.
You set the bar pretty high for Howard's house guest. You said you were such a good guest.
You know, I'm very. I was raised well. I clean up after myself. I keep quiet, and people seem to appreciate that. I think the great thing is Ralph really set the bar so low that
by puking everywhere.
Yeah, and I appreciate that he did that. I really do.
So you had a good time today?
Yeah, I had fun.
No, it was a little awkward talking about your past
I know this is terrible. But I have
right?
to get the fuck out of here. I'm not kidding. I really. They got a live TV show I'm gonna miss.
I really am. Nah, I kind of am. I'm kind of done. I mean, I love it here, and I love doing the radio show and all that stuff. But I think after a year and a half more worth of shows, it's time for me to sing my swan song. You know, and some things are starting to bother me, and I don't want it to get ugly.
Oh.
You know what I mean? There are things around here that are bothering me.
I see.
And I'm not the type that complains to people, so I just let it brew inside of me, and then I just leave. But, I don't know. Stuff bothers me. Stuff bothers me all the time, but I don't know. It's enough already of me.
Well, David Hinckley just had to change his article.
Yeah, well, I don't know. You know, it's like Jimmy said to me over the week. He says, you got to stay. You know, it's so great. The show's never been better, blah, 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 blah. You guys work so well together. I said, yeah. I said, we do. I said, we're good at this, but how much longer can you keep doing this thing?
Well, here's a rap that everybody gives me, and so I'll ask you now. You'll be fine doing nothing. Everyone says, can Howard, people go, Howard, I know his personality. I listen to him. He's an A personality. Can he stay home and do nothing?
Well, he won't doesn't have to do nothing, you know.
No, there are things I could do. I could straighten the pillows. I have to have a meeting. I have meetings about everything, you know. I guess I am the, I am the leader of the show. So I meet about everything. My meeting today is with Gary, Laura, my assistant, and Tracy.
Uh-huh.
Because something set me off. Carol Leifer, who was our guest the other week, sent me a box of chocolate. So, I get a list of things that were sent in. So now probably that's a week old or something, or, I don't know how many days old.
It came in last Wednesday.
Last Wednesday. So I got word today. So, I got to put a system in place where somebody back there goes, oh, Carol Leifer was a guest. She sent Howard a personal note and a gift. It should go right over to Howard.
Right.
In other words, we're not going to go through the usual system of putting. If someone's got to be
a week later, it'll show up at Howard's desk.
Somebody's got to be a little bit on top of that, so that I can get and then I want to figure out how I can get a note to Carol Leifer real quick, a personal note. You know, like maybe I dictate it to either Tracy or Laura, and they, I don't know if any of them, Laura takes dictation. I can just go, hey, Carol, thanks so much, you know, you were great. And then right away it gets acknowledged that we got her box of chocolates. Because that's really nice of her to do.
Doesn't fall into the black hole of, wow, I wonder if my gift got there.
Yeah. So then I called Laura last night. I said, how do we get this done? I said, let's have a conference call. Because if I don't conduct it, it'll never get done because no one takes it seriously.
Well, we would take that. See, we would take that seriously.
Yeah, but Gary, how many years we've been doing this? 20-something years.
Right, but we have
nobody can figure out that, like, when Carol Leifer sends something, that I should know about it pretty quickly. I mean, who wants a box of chocolates sitting around for a week anyway?
It wasn't a week, Howard. It hasn't been a week. You knew yesterday. It got here late Wednesday afternoon, and you knew yesterday. That is some time, but it's not a week.
I don't know. And then, like, it's sitting in your office. And, like, who opens the mail? You?
No, Tracy opens the mail.
Right.
She logs
Tracy says you get the box of chocolates.
No, that's not true.
That's what she said.
Tracy opens up all the mail.
Yeah.
She logs it in. So it's, you know, Carol Leifer sent this, right. And then everything comes through me just so I could see it, because some things I put in your bag that day.
Right.
Some things I just need to know that you're getting, even if you don't take them. I need to know that somebody sent you a screener, whether you saw it or not.
Okay.
I need to know that a book came, so when they call, I can say, yeah, we saw the book. You know.
See, I know I'm going to have a meeting today, and I'm never going to get to the bottom of this. I'm already zoning out.
Having the meeting, yeah.
I'm already zoning out. Like Gary,
we're in the meeting.
Like Gary's explaining it to me, and I just go, can't you just get this done?
It's like Jimmy talking about his breakup with Sarah.
Yeah, I don't understand. It's like I just go, I don't know how to get it done, but you get it done.
But you get a list every day. I guess you just didn't see it quick enough.
No, but we get the list. By the time the list gets to me, and the time I get to read it, it's 5 days old.
Howard, I'm your man. Let me open all the mail.
You have the meeting,
and I'll log it in.
Yeah.
No, what you're saying is certain things should get personal attention. Like they shouldn't go through the system. You should just be expedited to you that Carol Leifer sent.
Right, but you can't. Like,
and then something should be triggered to say, Howard, you dictate this thank you note to Carol Leifer, and it'll be sent right out.
Right.
We have the address.
There's certain, when you get them, these things need to be taken care of right away.
Like I noticed Letterman's got a system in place. Whenever I do anything for Letterman, there's a note that comes. It's typed, and it's like Dave from the desk of David Letterman, and it goes like, "Hey Howard, it was really good seeing you. Let's get together sometime." Blah 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 blah. David Letterman.
Mm-hmm.
And I can tell, like, he must. I don't even know that he writes it because it's typed. I don't even know that it's his thoughts. It seems like it's someone else is doing it for him.
Right.
But that's cool. I want that system. But I know I'm going to get on the phone today and be aggravated that I even have to take time to come up with a system. Like,
well,
I shouldn't have to.
If, would you believe me if I told you we will handle it? You wouldn't.
I would. What are you going to do? Let me hear it.
Well, listen, this is the first you brought it up that you want something that quick, because usually
wouldn't it be cool, like, if I said to Carol Leifer, hey, that was really nice of you to send something. It was totally unnecessary, but, man, you're the greatest, and,
The hardest part of the system is deciding who fits the bill.
Right.
Like, in other words, if Mark Harris sends you something, does that fit the bill?
You answer the question. You answer your own question.
Probably not.
Okay.
But
so
I never
who
know
am
with
I
you.
talking? You
no,
think
I
I'm
never
talking
know
about Mark Harris?
No, but I never know with you, because sometimes you
wait,
go.
You don't know the difference between Mark Harris and Carol Leifer?
I know the difference between them. But,
I don't.
But sometimes.
Yes, you do.
No, sometimes to you.
All right,
you're like,
name a name that you think you can't tell what to do. And then
Mark Harris must have been a bad example.
Right. If that's the example.
Beetlejuice sent something, Gower.
I got to look at the schedule for the last couple of weeks.
All right.
No, that doesn't work. I was going to say D. Snyder.
All right. D. Snyder sends me something. What do you think is the answer?
You probably should know.
That's right.
Craig Gass.
What do you think?
You probably don't need to know.
Right.
You know already. You know. Now it's getting embarrassing.
Wait, this is an embarrassing game, isn't it?
Well, I didn't want to have the meeting off the air, but this is what happened.
This getting embarrassing.
Oh, my God.
Go ahead.
Craig Gass is on top of the Chrysler
Craig Gass
building.
would send me something. It would be in the list, and then I could respond to it.
First of all, I know Craig Gass. He ain't sending you something.
You don't need to know immediately.
Thank you. Yeah, I don't need to know
Well,
that
he
day.
was just about to. Now he just put it down.
See,
Right. So, like Jimmy Kimmel, obviously, yes.
right, and then I want someone to say to me, "Okay, do you have a note you want us to send Jimmy?" And I'll just say, "Here's."
All right, here's a better example. Lisa Lampanelli was here the other day.
Good.
And she handed you, while you were in here, she said, here's an autographed DVD and CD. I'd love, for you to watch. But it's, in her mind, it's a gift.
Okay. What do you think the answer is on that one?
Probably not.
Right.
See, you already know.
You know the answer to this.
Yeah, but Robin, here's the point, and you know this because you've seen me for 25 years. I know till I don't know. And then when I don't know, I'm the biggest dick in the world.
Even if you get it 99% of the time right,
meaningless.
You're helping me. You're helping me.
No, because 1% will be the first 3 hours of the show.
Right, Gary's got a point.
No, listen. Okay.
Be honest.
Lisa Lampanelli is a great girl. But she gives me a DVD.
Okay.
I'm talking about.
Lisa Renna.
Go ahead.
Sends you her book.
Go ahead.
Hey, Howard, it's with a note. Howard, you're great. I think she sent the note something like, I couldn't wait for you to have this book. I think you're going to love it.
Okay.
Is that a gift or a promotional item?
What's your answer? What do you think?
I think it's a promotional item, but she sees it as a gift.
We know that. And you'll put that on the list, and if I want to write to Lisa Renna, I'll write to Lisa Renna.
Even though she sent you a personal note?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. I'll read the personal note, and I'll figure out what to
But does anybody in here understand that Howard might go, Gary, Lisa Renna sent me a fucking personal note.
Gary, you got
Well, I'll
it
tell you
right.
when it'll happen. If Lisa Renna calls and says, "Did you ever get my book?"
Right,
Gary,
exactly.
You just got it 100% right. Every example you gave, you knew the answer.
But Robin hit it right.
Now, Gary, I'll give you an example.
But he also threw 95 great pitches out of 100.
Lisa Renna comes in here, and she sends me an antique radio.
That's a yes.
Ah.
Okay, I got one for you.
Okay.
I got one. Fran Drescher used to come in all the time. And
Go
then
ahead.
after she came in, I'm going to send you a gift. And she would send you those fucking croutons.
The pasta and the croutons.
Right.
It's a gift. Howard, I am sending you croutons because you're a good guy.
Okay. What do you think?
I think no.
Exactly. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
I'm sending you croutons.
She's sending me the croutons, so I'll talk about them on the... But, okay, Fran Drescher comes in, and she's on the air talking about she just bought a Kindle, and she thinks it's the greatest thing. So then you get a personal note in the mail from Fran Drescher, and it says, Howard, I love being on the show. I want you to try a Kindle. I went out and got you one.
That's a yes. That's a here's
so
one.
There you go.
I got one for you.
Go ahead.
Okay, this is a tough one, but
go ahead.
Remember?
I bet you it's not tough.
Okay, remember the comedian Bobby Slayton?
I remember Bobby.
Bobby's wife owns a kids' clothing store.
Right.
Right. He sends you a box of clothes for your kids.
Go ahead.
So the answer.
What do you think?
Well, now it's tough.
Tell me what you think.
The answer is it's a yes, gift-wise, but does Bobby make the cut celebrity-wise?
Now think about it. He's promoting his wife's clothing line.
But it's still a big
do you
box.
think there's a real rush for me to get to Bobby Slayton on that one?
Yeah, but I'm sure your daughter's favorite designer is Norma Slayton.
Yeah, exactly. Come on, Gary. What do you think? That can wait.
Teddy Slayton.
In other words, I'll get a note out to the guy, but, you know.
All right, but that's a tough one because he is a celebrity and it was a box of clothes.
Right.
You know what?
That box of clothes is going to end up in a garbage.
Let me tell you something. There's two things
I'm
that
going
are
to give it
iffy.
to charity, which is 99% of what I do around
So
here.
I'm gauging the level of the celebrity and the quality of the gift.
The only one you got wrong so far is Carol Leifer's chocolates. That's it.
Which started this.
The real one.
There's two things. There's two things that are iffy: whether or not Bobby's a celebrity and whether or not those are clothes.
Right.
Gary, you missed one very important aspect. If Howard was single, you give him anything Lisa Renna said.
Right. Oh, when I was single, it was terrible. Gary and I had meetings about that. It was
That
so
was
embarrassing.
so uncomfortable, Howard.
Really?
When I was single and there was a hot chick on the show and I wanted to go out with her, I would somehow say on the air, hey, yeah, you know, you should get me your number. And then
That's a good
Gary,
code.
And Gary would walk in, and I go, Gary, did you get the number from her? And he goes, you wanted me to get the number?
I missed the signal on one very important person.
Yeah, he missed a lot of signals.
And Howard goes, because I remember Howard goes, you got the number? And I go, you were serious? Because what the fuck is wrong with you?
but get the numbers. Like if Joe Girardi's steal sign was, look, steal.
I felt bad, too.
Artie, you go in the green room and get a fucking number from somebody.
No, look, listen, Teddy tried it for me a couple of times.
It's embarrassing.
But Howard, can I ask you a question?
And the problem is, nobody's going to say no to giving you the number.
Well, first of all, they're giving me the number, so that's already creepy.
Yeah.
But
they're giving you
nobody's
the
going to
number.
say no. You don't know whether they really, you don't know whether you're forcing these people to give you a number or not.
I was too busy or lazy to date, so it was a perfect dating opportunity.
Absolutely.
If I could
took full advantage.
If I could do everything on the air, I was fine. It was like, wow, this is cool. I'm on the air. I met a nice, attractive girl. She said something about her phone number on the air after I badgered her.
I have a phone number.
Yeah, okay. Gary, did you get that?
I have a phone, Howard.
Do you own a phone, or are you a heroin addict? Because they took away their phone.
Gary,
well, you don't want my
listening?
number.
Right.
But, Howard, let me ask you a question, because I think the fans are interested in this.
Yes.
In that crazy time you said you had, sort of womanizing,
Yeah.
how many girls that were on this show did you bang?
I don't
That you
know.
met on the show?
Not a lot.
Okay.
Like maybe...
Under 5?
Yes.
All right.
Right, Gary?
I got 3 in my head right now. I'm telling you right now. And I got one in my head that you don't even know that I know.
Let's double that number then.
All right.
It's like a drink.
It's like a chick telling you her weight.
I don't think there was a lot, honestly.
Gary, I'm talking about that he met for the first time on the show.
Well, there's one that jumps to mind for sure.
There were a couple I'm thinking of I was working, but I never even got around to...
Oh, yeah?
Either they just didn't like me that way.
That happens sometimes.
Yeah, maybe you might be right. But there are 3 that I'm thinking of.
Yeah. I don't know.
And I'm not thinking that hard.
I wonder what 3 you're thinking of. Because you should write them down.
2 for sure.
Write them down and hand them to me. I'll give them to Howard.
Yeah. Yeah, don't even write it
You know what?
down. You know what?
It's too
That's water
comfortable
under the
for me.
bridge.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're married. You're
Why
married.
go back there?
Great
I'm
wife.
happy. I do have a great wife. It was great last night.
We love her.
We watched it. You do?
We do.
People generally
He's
like her,
acting
or are
like
they
he's in the
afraid?
marriage,
No,
too.
you know what?
Do you think there's anyone afraid to say they don't love her?
No. Here's the
Besides
deal.
Sal?
But he's acting like he's in the marriage, too. We love her.
But in a
Well,
way,
he is in the
hold
marriage,
on, in a
yeah.
way, I am, and I'm going to tell you why, Robert.
Really?
I'll tell you why I'm in the marriage in a strange way.
He is.
I have a friend who worked for a big celebrity for a long period of time, and then that celebrity got divorced, and his life was miserable.
Okay.
Because that celebrity was miserable.
Okay.
And his life was miserable. So
I
if
see.
Howard were not happy,
You're
we would all be
miserable.
fucking unhappy. So the fact that he's happy, I'm in a great marriage.
So Gary, Howard's pretty upset that it took so long for him to get the package, I guess, from 𝗪𝗪, and he wants to implement like a new system. Have you figured out what you're going to do exactly?
Yeah, Tracy and I spoke about it. The truth is there is a system in place. He, an email is sent to Laura every day telling her what came in the mail that day. So I guess it's my job to point it out more than Laura's job to point it out. But, I mean, he gets a list every day. He just doesn't look at it every day. So I guess they just want us to expedite it and say, hey, you should notice that 𝗪𝗪, but not Craig Gass, Jimmy Kimmel, but not Mark Harris, sent you an important package.
So you're saying that if he would have looked at it earlier, he would have seen it? It was definitely
Right,
on
if
the
he would
list.
have looked at it, he would have seen it. But he's saying, I don't get to look at it every day. He's saying, I'm telling you, I don't look at it every day. So give me a bigger heads up. It's more of a discussion. I don't think he was, he's not necessarily angry. It's just, sort of putting it all together. But it's done.
I'm Jesse James. I'm here to do the Howard Stern Show, and pretty excited. Been a Howard Stern fan since like the late '80s.
Oh, so you're a big fan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I was bodyguard and spent a lot of time in New York, and I think Rick Rubin turned me onto it. He had like cassette tapes of like when Howard, of the old show when he got like booted off and like like wore him out on tour buses listening to him. So it's
Nice,
pretty
man.
cool.
So this is a pretty big occasion for you then.
Yeah, I'm pretty nervous. It's actually, you know, I usually just breeze through this stuff because most people that interview me are dipshits and like I just talk smack to them. But this one, I'm like, fuck.
All right, Jessie James also was on Celebrity Apprentice, used to be a real badass.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. I've been reading about this guy,
Like
Jessie
how
James.
badass?
He was a real badass. Hey, Jesse, how you doing? Good to see you. Hey, nice to meet you. Pleasure.
That's a badass?
He's a badass. Jesse James is a badass.
Yeah, you fuck with him, Robin.
Yeah, fuck with him and see how far you
Hi,
get.
Robin.
Yeah.
Hi there, how are you?
Robin
good.
wore extra cleavage for you.
Trying to steal you away.
Hey, can I tell you why I was laughing when I brought him in?
Yeah.
Tim came to the green room. Tim never says hello to the gas. Tim came to the green room, and he just goes, dude, you're my idol. And he just started talking like how much he loves Jesse James and how Jesse's his idol.
Why is Jesse James Tim Sabian's idol? Like, I could see why.
As we were walking in, Tim was just like reeling off stuff, and he goes, that bike you made in Afghanistan?
Tim, what do you know about bikes? I mean,
He's a Well, I've had bikes all my life as a kid, Harleys and all that kind of thing. And
you can see by him he's a biker.
You can tell.
Yeah, right. No, bad, you know. But the
Do you
stuff
have
that he
socks
built
on with your loafers.
No.
Yeah, Jesse. He's a skinny, fruity executive.
Exactly right. But he
He's a
just
man
builds the
first.
coolest bikes. I mean, if you saw his stuff, it's just absolutely amazing what you do. So it's an art.
He's one of your heroes.
Oh,
Okay,
he's
right.
one of the greatest bike builders ever.
You know,
ever,
Tim
in
was
car builders.
Tim was a Mongol. I don't know if you know that. Honorary Mongol.
Card carrying.
Card carrying.
Actually, I think Tim was in the Chingaling.
Jesse, nice to have you on the show. Now, how did you get to be? Where'd you grow up?
In California, Long Beach.
And were you a kid who was always into building cars and motorcycles? Were you just one of those kids who were just freaky into that stuff?
Yeah, my dad was like a antique dealer, and I never had any money, and I wanted cool stuff, and I had to learn how to get it myself or make it.
Wow.
But you were one of those kids that you didn't go to college or anything, right?
I went to college for 2 years and played football.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
But then weren't you a Hell's Angel for a while? You were part of the motorcycle club? You were never a Hell's Angel?
No, I was a bodyguard for like 7 years. Actually, I have to tell you right now, like, this is, to me, I feel like I finally made it. If I could do your show, I've done like 60 Minutes and everything else, but just to be sitting here, it's like, whoa, man!
Oh, that's
I'm
great.
on the Howard Stern show.
I love that. I actually met your wife, Sandra Bullock, on her movie set one time.
Yeah.
Attractive woman.
Yeah,
Not a
she
bad
told me
deal.
she called you up one time and gave you some shit for a long time ago.
Did she?
Yeah, we talked to her on the phone once.
Yeah.
She called from the set, yeah.
Why'd she give me shit?
She's German.
You were goofing on her, so she called from the set.
Right.
Oh, she gave it to me. She put me in my place.
Yeah.
Amazing how easily I cave
No, but
in.
I was a bodyguard and spent a lot of time. The first person I ever worked for was Rick Rubin, and he had these like cassette tapes of your show from like the 80s, and this was in the late 80s, and we used to have them on tour buses and listen to
that's
them.
cool.
And it was like, being from LA and California, radio's pretty generic, but hearing like this dude that got kicked off for
dirty words.
Yeah.
Did you so you go to college for 2 years, you play football, you get out of there, and you're trying to figure out how to make it as a young man, and you become a bodyguard. Is that the way it goes?
Well, I did security all through high school. I used to work at a racetrack called Ascot.
Right.
And then on the weekends, I worked at Golden Apple Comics up in Melrose, and I did security for Bill Leibowitz.
But then you get into guarding like some famous people. You were Madonna's bodyguard for a while.
Yeah,
right?
Rick Rubin offered me a job, not as a bodyguard, but doing special projects.
What's that mean?
Collecting money.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah,
Is
and
that
then,
right?
What was he doing?
Yeah, what was